going on, everybody? This is Thrifty. We are back with another episode. How are y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing great. I am so sorry for my voice tonight. I have some new names in here that I have never seen before. We got Mad Joe 8622. Hey, man. We got Hero Down Under. That's an OG to the gaming. Dan almost said Grindhouse. Lord Jesus, that's because Jez is coming on from the Grindhouse. So I just had that on my mind. But yeah, dude, Hero's OG here. We got the Spick and Span. Uh, that's awesome. That's great. Oh, I guess Jez must have shouted it out. Oh, that's sick. I appreciate that. Guys, as y'all can hear, my voice is about toasted. This is after drinking hot tea. This is after 3 days of medication. This is the best I'm going to get right now. So, with that being said, y'all get to suck it up and stomach through this for the rest of the night. That's why I have two people on here who have immense video game knowledge, with Cosmic Hero joining us and Jez7780 from the Gaming Grindhouse. I will be deferring to these guys a lot, especially when it comes to some of the stuff that Steam did back in the day when they did their first Steam machine, or whatever it was called, whatever the hell that box was called that they did. Talking to them about that, I defer to a lot of these guys who've been actually like hardcore in this and figuring out the inner workings and the back end deals and all that stuff for a long time, because they're the ones who lived it. I came into this as a gamer since 1990, and I've been gaming ever since. But I didn't start actually like putting pieces together about like the back end, what's going on, studios here, studios there, all that other stuff until like. That's funny, Henry. Until like about 6 years ago. So about 2 years, 7 years ago. About 2 years before the PS4 life cycle. Well, before the PS5 console came out, rather. And so I defer to these guys a lot. That's why I have guys on here who are smarter than me. I make sure to do that because they're going to have more access to more knowledge than I do. And so, also, I figured I'd tell y'all that just from watching Thrash's video. When he was responding to Doc Dark, he talked about the difference between hardcore gamer, a gamer who is in gaming, loves gaming, it's a hobby of theirs, it's a little bit more than a hobby, and then you got the guys who have literally, they are on another level. They're not like upper echelon, they're not like the hardcore, they don't eat, sleep, breathe, it's not their identity, but they've been around long enough, they've seen a lot of stuff, they've been following these back end things, they've been following all the companies' marketings and things like that, and they know who was running what when, and that just wasn't me. So we're going to go ahead and default to those guys tonight. We do have some really good topics tonight. PlayStation admitted what we all knew already, that Bungie was a bad purchase. We're going to be going over a little bit of the PlayStation financials. Mother truckers, what's up, Dizzy Delta? Hey, Rachy, what's going on, man? We're going to be going over the PlayStation financials just a little bit, and then the PS5 life cycle gets extended. The other part of this is, what does it mean for the PS6? There were people automatically who were jumping on, oh, look, the PS6 is getting delayed till 2028. I'm going to make a case for why that's actually not what is being said here, and it might be, but I'm going to make a compelling case as to why it may not be. Because I'm just putting some pieces together from what Lin Tao was saying. And then we got the announcement of the day in the new Steam machine. That's right, we got a new Steam machine. They got a new, what was it called, a Steam, they got a new controller, they got something, they got another accessory for it. Like, they came out and said, hey guys, you like Steam? Here you go. And so we're definitely gonna get into that, talk about that, and then the state of play recap. The PS4 is still mid-life cycle ragey. Don't jump ahead of me. Excuse me. If you hear me go mute for a minute, that's just because I'm trying to cough and not blow out y'all's eardrums. With that being said, let me get into the people who actually matter, the guest of tonight. Before we do that, though, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. We already got another subscriber earlier. I'm guessing I have Jez to thank for that one, and we will dive in, guys. let's bring in our guest. If I can hit the right button and have to stall just a bit more. Okay, there we
He's
go.
like,
Oh yeah.
Yo, guys, what's up?
"What's up,
Hey.
Thrifty?"
Oh, dude, I sound like shit. I'm so glad
Oh, don't worry,
y'all
I'm
sound
coughing
better than
too.
me.
No. Oh shit, old man. Oh
don't-
shit.
Dude, I don't even
You
smoke.
jinxed
Do
me.
you smoke? I don't smoke.
No.
Like, this is
I only
so-
smoke fools online. That's what I do.
Oh.
Don't make me do this.
Oh shit. That's right.
Thrifty's gonna die.
Yo,
You're gonna
I'll
kill me.
cough like I'm an old man that's smoking a cigar.
Holy shit! Out of the gate before introduction, Stephen Leon with the 20 gifted members. Holy crap! I can't yell that loud.
There he is.
You're gonna make my ass
Steve
read
Leon's
these fucking
cooking.
names. You're gonna make...
Read them all now. with
Andre
one
Clay,
breath.
Holamoka 17, J Gamer UK, Hero Down Under, Ray Chi. I'm always here. Stephen, Skygen 100, Nelson Gaming Culture, Alan TV, Lunchi Sky, Warawana, Old Man Gaming, Marty McFly, Morgan Kimes, David Leach 1399, Maniolas, Blair Witch, Barry Dunlap, Kurt Landis. Holy crap! Wow, that's insane. Whoa. Okay. Thank you so much, Steven. Appreciate that. Hey, let me do this real quick. Guys, I need to get my voice back before the weekend because y'all just got a member stream. Thanks to, or a community stream.
Oh, they got me too.
Thrifty's like, thanks so much.
Dude, they got me too. I think Steve Leon was the one that kicked it over too. Like they
you
got
play
me
some
now.
Arc Raiders on Friday night or Saturday night, Jess?
I would love to, but I don't know if they're gonna vote on it. They get to vote on it now, and I don't know. I'm not playing that baby step shit. I'm gonna probably be sick.
Yeah, there's always one
Too sick
dude.
for that shit.
Buck Rogers always comments that I want you to play baby steps, dog. You can get.
Nah, nah.
All right, well, there's that, guys. Wow, that is awesome. So now what we're going to do is we've hit that one, and I am going to keep counting as we go. This is a monthly thing that I've started doing. And so y'all have earned one member stream or one gaming stream, and we are going to now move that to 30 with the other 5 from Steven carrying over. So if you get to 30, we get another one. We can do a maximum of 4 of these in a month, okay? So that's how we're doing this. I try to give y'all as much time as I can, but I do have a wife, 2 kids, and church and work. So we're going to see how this goes. Jez, how are you, man?
I'm doing well, man. Came back from vacation. Everybody got colds, so we're getting through that. But the vacation was good, and I was on a cruise ship. I told my F1 story. Got to play F1 tournament, and that was fun. They had that on the cruise. I played some of my Steam Deck stuff on there, and yeah, it was good. Good to be back. And then I was upset. I came back and found out GTA was delayed, but it is what it is. I kind of knew that was gonna happen.
Oh, you were on a cruise.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You didn't know anything that happened.
No, well, I want to tell you the craziest shit was that
Or no, wait.
I would get notifications.
Yeah.
So I was getting notifications, but I couldn't see the detail. Like I couldn't open it up and read what the hell it was. So I just see people going GTA damn, and I'm like, what happened? And I click on it and it says you have no internet. And I'm like, I'm not paying $35 to find out what happened. So I waited, and then I saw the rest of the tweets. But I was getting these I was just getting all these things, and the people like, Jez, you were right. I'm like, oh shit, what is this? That's all I saw. Like I didn't see anything else, and I'm like, oh man, yeah, it's crazy. So I get it was annoying just getting notifications, but yeah, that happened. But it was a good cruise. It was great, and now it's the holiday season now. It's nice to see all these games and excited for the stuff coming out that they announced. And this time of year, they always do hardware launches and a lot of stuff. So a lot of things is coming out next year.
It's been a really good weekend gaming. Like it just feels like it's been a good, not just a good week.
We're in it.
I just released a video last week, I believe, on gaming in 2025 and like my favorite part of it. And as I was putting that video together, and as I was putting the my outline together, I was like, dang, there have been so many freaking heavy hitters and so many cool things that released this year. Like, there's literally something for everybody in gaming. I do not care what your kind of game is. There is something for everybody. And I think that's one of the things that I really enjoyed about yesterday's show. Like, I'm not going to give it a rating. I don't think that show was necessarily for my eyes, necessarily. So I'm not going to give it like a 6 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I'm not going to do that. What we will talk about tonight, though, are the games that they showed that interest us. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. An arbitrary bullshit number on a score on a screen, that doesn't matter. What matters are the games and how they spoke to you and what you saw that interest you.
Yep.
And we are in such a great, great time to be a gamer. Like, we really are. It's so, so good. Maybe not for a certain crowd, but for the rest of us, it's pretty dadgum cool. Like, they just turned my Portal into the lowest cost of entry into current gen. Like, that's wild. Now, granted, there's some shit tied to the back end. You got to get a subservice. You got to do all. They get their claws in you. I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying it's a good value or a good deal. I am just telling you exactly what they did, which is, it's nice to see. It's nice to see them pushing those boundaries. It's nice to see them rolling out the things that make logical sense. Like, anyways, I'm on cloud 9 as a gamer right now. I've been playing Arc Raiders. I've been playing Battlefield 6. I have.
Oh, you got Arc Raiders?
You're damn straight. I got Arc Raiders.
Yeah, the game's friggin' awesome.
I had Wara hit me up in the Discord and like, dude, you should be playing Arc Raiders. You would.
Yeah, they just added duos too.
Oh, they did add duos. Okay,
Yeah.
I haven't.
Well,
Oh my god, I hadn't been on last night, and so obviously I haven't been on today. I went to.
I
work,
played it and went on a cruise. I'm like, oh.
Dude, the only thing that I hate about that game is they either need to, in my opinion, and I know I'm going to get hate for this, in my opinion, they either need to make PvE only lobbies or give you the ability to purchase more safe pouches. Because the biggest kick in the nuts is when you finally find that one piece that you need for Shayna or for one of the other merchants or for one of the tables to upgrade, and then you get popped right as you're on your way to extract, and you're like, damn it, now I lost those items. Or like it happened to me one day where I got 2 sonar sensors, a laser scanner, and a couple wasp drives, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, I need all of this. But I could only put one thing in, and I got a safe key. And so I was like, safe key's going to go there because that's easy extract. But, like, I don't know. I feel like there are some things that might get done with it, but overall, it's a really fun game, and I'm having a good time with it.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. Like, that's the whole thing of the game. Is like, that's the game about it. Like, you going in there, and you don't know who to trust, what to do, and do you stay and grab more, or do you try to get out? And,
you know what you're going to find.
Yeah, that's the whole, like... It's as close, like, I kind of like it because it reminds me of, like, it's almost as close to like a real, like a virtual version of the Hunger Games. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know who you're gonna like partner with. Is somebody gonna betray you? Is somebody gonna, help you? Or you just got to get your stuff and just sneak out and just don't trust anybody. And just, and do that. So it really is such an awesome dynamic. At first, I really didn't get it. I didn't realize. I just started killing everybody like Fortnite. I was like, oh, I'm fighting everybody. But then you realize you really have a lot of armor and shit to just like go all in guns blazing. Like, you don't have a lot to do that. So.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, one of the things that really frustrated me so much is that I kept dying a lot to the Ark. Like drones.
Oh, those things. Yeah, you're not supposed to fight them either.
No, you're not supposed to fight anything. That's the whole point. But they give you quests. That's actually not the whole point. They end up giving you quests that force you to get parts from them and things like that.
Yeah.
Which, that's fine and dandy. I messaged somebody at one point and was like, dude, the only thing that's frustrating me, because I haven't really been killed by a ton of people, is I can't kill the stupid drones. Where do I need to shoot these assholes to kill them? I've watched several videos, and they're like, shoot from behind, shoot here. And he just responds back, and it was Wara, and I said this in a video, he just responds back, shoot the fans. I was like, Oh, shoot
Yeah,
the
they still
fans.
fight you, man. They're so like they still try to shoot you and everything while they're like dying. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it really is.
They're so resilient.
It is. And that's one of the other things, like the ones that jump on you and fly on you, fine. The ones that like roll around on the floor inside the complexes and stuff, whatever, no big deal. Like all of those little ones are fine. Once they get airborne, I'm like, damn it, this is not going well. But it is fun. Got to use the Pharaoh yes. So the Pharaoh is really good, and then if you run the Rattler as your backup, you can pop one of them, and then use the Rattler to finish them off, and then reload after they die. Like there are a few little tricks that you can do to make it worth it, or you can be a chicken like me and not take in anything cool and just use free loadouts because you're terrified you're gonna lose your stuff.
You're afraid that you're gonna lose stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's really nothing to, I lost my gun that I upgraded. Like I lost that, I got killed and it was done and I lost it. So like, but that's the thing. And then you just kind of do it again. There's just so much loot and there's so much with money and trading and all that stuff. Like you could just kind of get that stuff back. But yeah, if you start really building something, I could see like, oh, do you take that? And you can't put weapons in the save slots either. So it's sort of like you bring out your guns and you get your good ones. Basically, you got to upgrade a few guns. Like you can't just take one gun and just upgrade the shit out of it and just that's your only one gun to rule them all. You got to kind of balance it out because if you lose it, you got to kind of like level up other guns in your arsenal and kind of build up an arsenal of it. It's so cool. Like it's definitely a cool concept and I like the differentiation of it where it's introducing a lot of new concepts, but it's bringing like things together and kind of creating the uncertainty of an online game without just the competitive nature and just everybody just going in there, guns blazing, running around, just shooting things, running the game. Like you got to play smart. I'm sure there are gonna be grifters and stuff like that in the game, but like the fact that they make the environment so threatening makes it like you can't just go out there and just shooting guns because even the robots will hear you and start going to you and things like that and it kind of ruin everything. So they use the environment and the AI to really balance it out, and it's hard to fool those bots and stuff. Like even if you're hiding in I was hiding in a bus and that thing was like just swooping around and like looking in and trying to get me. Like it wasn't letting me go. Like
Yep.
It was like sticking around. I'm like, dude, leave me alone. Like
there's video evidence of Henry and I pinned down inside of a bus while we're reviving each other. And like we revive each other 3 or 4 times. There's another team that comes by. They look at us. They hop in the bus, realize we still have all the aggro. They try to split, which smart. Like they try to split. One of them gets killed. We didn't find him until we were crawling to our death. Like, those things will absolutely stalk you. It's creepy. Like, you can't get away from them.
No, you don't. And the sound effects and the lighting and the guns, like, it is really... It's done very well. It's a great looking game, too.
Yeah, it really is a good looking game. There's only a few visual glitches in it. The tumbleweeds come in and out of the screen. It's real weird. Like, they'll roll and then they'll disappear, and then all of a sudden you'll see half of it come back. There's little things like that.
That's a feature of the Series S.
That's a feature. Well, it bled over to my fucking Pro.
They brought over that Series S feature. Filling that haystacks.
Listen, guys, this is how much I love y'all. This is everyone in the chat right now saying how sick I am. This is how much I like y'all. This is how much I look forward to this.
He's fighting for his life. Hit that like button.
Yeah, hit the like button. You can't get this anywhere else. Okay, so here's... I'm so sorry. Cosmic, how are you doing, man? Sorry, we kind of got off topic, or off track.
That's fine. You guys were talking about Arc Raiders. I've been loving that game.
Are you playing it too?
Yeah, I gotta hit you. I gotta hit you guys up.
We gotta get in that.
Y'all
I gotta party
that
with
leave yourselves on.
I have not played with anybody yet.
Shit, I'm gonna knock y'all out. Like, And there's so many people who are playing it right now, and I'm like, I don't see you on. And they're like, yeah, I keep my profile hidden. Like, dude, stop that shit.
Why?
Like,
Stop. It's over. The console wars are
Well,
over. That's it.
To be fair, I only got the game yesterday.
oh, okay.
So
I thought you had
I
been playing
haven't-
this whole time. I was like, man, I'm about to
No.
about to rage on
I've
these
seen
fools.
I've seen gameplay. I've been hearing the game's really good, so I was like, $40, that's not bad. So I downloaded it. I'm just waiting for this weekend to get here so I can play it. But yeah, man, a lot of games I've been playing too. Besides, wanting to start up Arc Raiders, I've been, playing a lot of Final Fantasy Tactics. I've been playing the shit out of that game. I'm just about done with Ghost of Yotai. Oh my god, the game's so good. That game is so good.
Playing it now.
And I've been loving Battlefield 6. I've been trying the new Battle Royale mode with my friends. Not too bad. A little inconsistencies here and there sometimes, but it's not a bad experience. And God, just looking forward to more games next year. I look at my wallet, and my wallet just gives me a sad face, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Next year's going to be absolutely insane.
Next year, my shit's getting told no. Like, that's just what's going to happen.
Exactly. Like with Dragon Quest VII Remake, Resident Evil 9, Requiem, freaking... what else? Obviously we had GTA 6 delayed till, holiday, which it sucks, but,
Wolverine, Wandering
Toro,
Sword,
Wolverine.
Onimusha, Neo 3,
007.
like 007, like...
Like,
Oh,
dude.
007 too.
Oh my god, there's so many good games, and I'm like, I don't have enough money, and I don't have enough time.
Token Fighter. God. This is what I'm talking about. Coffee Talk Tokyo's coming out in May. Like, I know
There's
that
too many.
there's too many games coming, and there is not enough time. It is absolutely insane.
Vincent.
Hey, Michael, we will get to that question. Ask it later when we start talking about the Steam machine. Because, yes, I don't know that answer. And the article I have, I don't think is going to cover that answer. So, also, I have a question for the PC people when we get there. So thank God that I have Jez on tonight, because I'm not a PC person, so I'm trying to figure out how this Steam machine is going to like shape up, what kind of where's its performance going to kind of lie, where are we thinking on that, like, because not where we are thinking, but where does the like data set tell us, hey, this is about where it's going to be. I don't know. I look at it and it looks like it's a little underpowered, but I don't know what I'm looking at. So I'm going to defer to people during that section of tonight's show who do know what the hell they're looking at.
It's so cool, though. It's a cube.
Listen.
How many consoles have we had that was a cube?
Listen.
It's the GameCube.
Oh, it's not innovative, but I bet the damn thing's functional. Like, that's what I'll say.
Functional than an Xbox.
The design looks like a spaceship, or doesn't look like a spaceship. That's still reserved for my PS5. I'll tell y'all, I'll never forget unboxing and opening the PS5 and just thinking to myself how much it looked like something from the future. Like, it just felt that way because of the design of it, the way it looks almost like a daggum rocket ship. Like, it has from the very beginning.
But you didn't rage about the cheap cardboard that they used and the
I didn't give a shit about the cardboard.
Dude, those Xbox guys were going crazy saying that the packaging of the Xbox was so much better.
Because I remember them when they were talking about the packaging of the Portal
Quality
and how it comes with that slide-out tray, and they were like, "Oh, this is much nicer than the PS5 came with." Like shut up! I don't.
Dude, that box tore open, man. That was like you just ripped that thing.
You're gonna throw it away.
I don't care. Like, ask me how many
I just can't
boxes
believe
anyway.
how big that original PlayStation 5.
Oh, it was so big.
Dude, that thing, when you like that box was huge.
I think it was
when you got that box.
15.7 pounds, if I'm not mistaken, because I had mine shipped.
I still have mine, yeah.
Yeah, I had mine
It's
shipped
crazy.
to me, and it was 15.7 pounds, I believe. That shit was chunky. It was a hefty boy.
And it's crazy that the Pro is much more powerful, but yet so much slimmer.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing. Trading in my original OG PlayStation 5 and getting the Pro and getting because I had never seen the Slim before. So this was the first time, and I'm thinking the Pro is gonna be like a bigger, like how and then I'm like, holy crap, this thing is so small, and it's more powerful than that one. Like, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it really was. But anyways, I don't even know how we got on that. So real quick, guys, y'all already heard what I've been playing. I have been playing Battlefield 6. I have been playing Arc Raiders. There you go. That's it. I've been shooting stuff and collecting things and getting lost in crafting menus for 30 minutes and just having a blast enjoying some mindless video game action. I still have my Trails in the Sky FC that now, because Trails in the Sky FC Part 2 is coming out next year, I need to wrap this game up. It needs to get done. Because I am in a very privileged opportunity to play this series in sequential release right now, so I'm excited. But we did have a show yesterday. Did y'all get to watch the show? The State of Play?
Yes,
I watched a little bit of it.
Okay. Well, I will start with Jez, who watched just a little bit of it. What kind of stood out to you?
Nothing much.
Nothing much. Okay.
Nothing much. Game? The Fatal Frame looked cool. Like that, I thought that was pretty cool. The Fatal Frame, but there was really nothing much, man. I saw that I kind of dropped off, and then they saw that they had it announced of a monitor, which there was nothing really crazy standing out for me from that show. And I saw the news of what they dropped, and nothing really. I thought the Fatal Frame looked kind of cool. It was a remake, a remaster, whatever of that. But yeah, nothing really much.
All right, Cosmic. What about you?
I saw the whole show. I'm definitely excited for a couple of those titles. Stuff like Dragon Quest VII. Obviously, I love Dragon Quest, one of my favorite RPG series. So I'm definitely picking up Dragon Quest VII Day 1. Fatal Frame remake looks pretty interesting, but I never really played the first one, so I'm not sure if I'm going to pick this one up. The DLC for Dynasty Warriors, I'm a big Dynasty Warrior fan, so I definitely will be looking forward to playing I think they said it's a massive DLC, so it's a pretty big DLC coming. Smaller titles like Katamari, I believe that's what it was called. So that little green dude that pushes around that giant ball and you collect stuff, that game looked pretty interesting. And what else was there? I think there was one more title and I can't remember it. It's escaping my mind right now. But yeah, there was a good, decent couple titles in there. I think the major thing that surprised me was that new console specifically for the Japanese market was something that surprised me out of the whole thing. I knew because people were talking about it prior to the show, but I was thinking, I don't think this is something they would do, right off the bat, but I was wrong. I'm surprised that they did that.
I mean, they're trying to gain some of that traction back in Japan. So I definitely understand it. I don't know how doing a Japanese only language console makes it $150 less. Which I don't know how that works in the pricing structure, or if they're just selling it at a massive loss or whatnot. But I can tell that that's trying to get people to buy their console in Japan.
I think where it comes from is that they don't have to do any more additional language stuff. So right then and there, it's all in Japanese. You don't have to set anything up, and it'll. I think that's the reason why. I think a lot of the features that make it a region-free console were probably taken out of that. So if you do end up buying this console, I hope you know Japanese because that's all that's going to be on it.
Yeah,
it's like buying anything from Japan.
Yeah, that's what Josh has said. It's to discourage scalping, and then Old Man Gaming Guru said no tariffs, no importing.
That's also true.
And then he said that people would buy them in Japan and ship them overseas. I'm on YouTube featured right now. That's freaking sick. Hell yeah. That's great. Thank Laura for saying that. Appreciate it. For sharing that here. That's awesome. So
Wait.
now I actually have to act professional. No shit. That's not happening. What's up, Marico81? Okay, so I had several standouts from this. Not necessarily games that I'm just going to buy, but just games that I think made it a great show. I guess great's a bad word. It made it a decent show. Like, we got release dates, we got gameplay, we got games, we got all of it. We got JRPGs, we got RPGs, we got indies, we got visual novels. We literally had something for everybody here. And with that, I like the game Wandering Sword. Super happy about that game. Didn't realize it was already on the Steam or the Steam. I didn't realize it was already on PC via Steam. But this version is going to come with all the previous DLCs and all of that. We have Digimon Story Time Stranger getting a new DLC. You got, which I know some people in the Discord are going to be super happy about. Coffee Talk Tokyo, I've already mentioned now 3 times. Can you tell I'm excited for it? Like, there were quite a few games that were mentioned that I was like, oh, that's really... Blaze Blue from Arc System Works looks fire.
Oh, yes.
That shit looks fire. I gotta show that. Oh, that shit looks fire. I am day one. I'm a very easy person and a very easy gamer to please. I really am. It's not hard. I promise. Let's see. Blaze Blue Entropy Effect. There it is. Yeah. Here you go. This one right here.
この場所は世界で唯一構築した誰かの姿とできるアバターのうちの一つの名称だ。
This is a side-scrolling.
つまり可能性のかけらとは無数に分岐する僕たちの未来の一部ということかい？
Like the art
世界
design
を救うためにもっと情報が
I
必
mean,
要だ。
gorgeous.
君はドクターメルクリウスが何
It's
か
a very
隠していると思ってま
stylized,
す
like Metroidvania looking game, and I love
Isn't
that.
it?
たとえ
Yeah,
アバ
I
タ
love
ーと
that.
Like,
リンクして
because
いても
look, you
デ
get
ータで
this,
構成さ
right?
れた空間の中で
You get
お
this
前
in
は
the
異
same
物
show.
だ。
Now you
こ
gotta
の
see
こ
this
と
other
は
one.
ドクター
Because this is what kind of frustrated me. You got that, and then you got, what was the name of that other one? Hang on. Nevergrave. Okay? Nevergrave, if you saw my video today, Nevergrave was a game that, look at this, Pocket Pair Power World. Let's pay attention to that, please. Because as this game showed up last night, or yesterday during the game show, I couldn't help think. I missed the initial part where it said Pocket Pair Publishing, and all I saw, I started on this screen, okay? And this screen, the sound design and everything, and I'm like, oh, this is like a DLC to Hollow Knight already? Are you kidding? And then I'm like, Nevergrave, and that's not Hollow Knight. And I was like, wait, that sword looks like Hollow Knight. The aesthetic, and then I started doing some research on it. I was like, oh, this is made by Pocket Pair. Now, I'm not saying they did it. I'm not saying this is a copycat. I'm not saying it's a ripoff. I'm not saying it's Hollow Knight with a reskin. I'm gonna let you make your own damn decision on that. I'm just saying that Pocket Pair Publishing is the one that made this game, and it happens to look a lot like fucking Hollow Knight. That's all I'm saying. That's it. So, in the same show that gave us Nevergrave, we also got Blaze Blue, and I am way more excited about Blaze Blue than I am Nevergrave. So yeah, I just thought that was a pretty interesting kind of takeaway from the Nevergrave trailer, that it very much did resemble a Hollow Knight inspired game. Let's just say it that way. But yeah, so out of everything though, that's pretty much it. I had, like I said, a few things that really stood out, a couple things that I know certain people are going to be excited about, and yeah, you know what? At the end of the day, I got updates on games that I was looking for, and so we'll call it a good day. Down in the comments over here, let's see what y'all liked. The new Blaze Blue Arc System was so good. It's a roguelike. No, it's not. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. It's not a roguelike. I'm gonna not believe you until you show me. I managed my expectations when they said they were showcasing Japan. The expectation was quirky and indie, and I wasn't disappointed. That's right. Yeah, Pocket Pair. Mirko, that's the way it's supposed to be. I am. Okay. So that's everything as far as just the brief recap on that. It wasn't a big show, didn't have a lot of big things drop. On to the next one. All right, so there was this thing that came out that Lin Tao, she said this. She's a Sony CFO. Lin Tao says the PS5 is only middle life cycle, and they want to expand the life cycle even further. Our view is that compared to conventional console life cycles, looking at the PS4 life cycle, it seems to be getting longer and longer, especially the PS4, which launched in 2013, and it's been over a decade since then, but there are many active users enjoying the console. Pause. Some of the DLC that was announced on the PS4 as well. I would like to point that out. Some of the DLC from the Japan show was announced PS4 as well. Unless I understood the Japanese dialogue wrong, I could have swore I heard PS4, PS5. Which means they're still people are still developing for the PS4 on some level.
It's like the PS2, it never dies.
It's just not dying. Now, games like Genshin Impact coming over, games like GTA 6 next year, those games are going to pull people over off of their PS5, or off of their PS4, I mean. But she's talking about life cycle, and man, the first thing that came to my mind was, well, dang, I knew it. This was going to happen. They're going to extend the life cycle. And then extend the life cycle, they're going to hold off on the PS6. It's going to run longer and all this other stuff. And then it dawned on me, as I'm reading this, I was like, oh no, she's using the PS4 as the example. She's not talking anything about the PS6 right now. She is saying that the PS5 will still be in existence and still be around and still be supported for probably a little bit longer than the PS4. Okay, that doesn't negate the PS6 coming out. That doesn't say it's getting held up. That doesn't say it's not going to happen. That doesn't say it's getting delayed. What that says is that whether the PS6 comes out or not, the PS5 life cycle is probably going to last longer than even the PS4s did. Jez, what do you think about these? Do you think I'm off in reading it that way? Do you think this means that the PS6 is delayed? Or do you think it just means the PS5 will continue to be supported?
Yeah, I think that the PS5 is going to continue to be supported. I do think that we're going to probably have a much... I think there's going to be a slower burn into the PlayStation 6, similar to the PS5. I think the PS5, they wanted to move a lot faster into this generation, but because of COVID and the chips and everything like that, that they had to kind of like linger on. Plus that the PS4 generation was so huge, the COVID thing just kind of kept people like, it kind of kept people like just happy where they were. Like, maybe when the PlayStations came in stock, people were like, I'm not playing my PlayStation that much anyway. Like, because they were riding that momentum. You had Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, and then you had that huge kind of PlayStation 5 lineup with Demon Souls and Miles Morales. And it was kind of like stacked that like they could have rolled that momentum right into the PlayStation 5. But I think COVID definitely cooled a lot of that kind of excitement to get into there, and then not having to be able to find it for years, the slow burn. I do think they want to kind of eventually get everybody off the PS4, maybe not sell them the PS6s, but get them to the PS5 and the Pro, because I do think that, the PS6, when that comes out, obviously it's going to have its exclusive games, but I do think that they are not going to be so quickly to kind of slice off the PS5 for the PS6. I think it's going to be another one of those kind of transition ones, and that you'll get a lot more PlayStation 6 benefits, similar to like how a Pro is. But I do think that they're going to be games that are going to look like, function a lot better and much more capable with the PS6, with the technology that Cerny was talking about, and trying to, have that better processing for the games. That, some of these games I think will be much, like, run much smoother, probably definitely an Unreal 5 if they get that shit together. Maybe, it won't have as many issues, but who knows?
Sorry.
And I don't know, but I really think that they definitely they don't want to kind of lose people in transition. I think that's what she's trying to say. They want to kind of continue to just build this not like cut off 200 people, million, like 80 million people, and say now 80 million buy it again. They kind of want to take those 80 million, but then also kind of bring on new people, bring on some more, and kind of keep it there. You know, whether that gets you excited that you just want PS6 and don't care about PS5. We're still seeing cross bundle. I was talking to Kazak right before the show, and we're like cross bundle edition for Call of Duty. Like that's something to get excited about. Like we're doing cross bundles 5 years in.
It is Activision, but
it is Activision and still, EA and all those are going to kind of stay. But yeah, cross bundle, like that's a perk. Like that's like what you do in the first 2 years of a console. Like, oh yeah, well,
yeah,
the PS4 version and PS5. Like, I don't think 5 years in I want to see cross bundle edition. Like I'm paying for like the PS4 version. It's like, why would I want 2 copies of the game? Just take off $10 and make me pay for the new one. Like I don't like what. Why is that a perk? So you know, I think NBA does like NBA 2K does it too. Like cross bundle. I'm like cross gen. I'm like, why? Like what's the, you know? And I think it's more for the PS4 people or the PS4 players that it's a cross gen that they're getting the PS5 version. I think it's more for them than for us. Like for the PS5 players, I think it's more for the PS4 players going, hey, you're getting the PS5 version too. But I really don't know. Like, you know, Sony's kind of, it does seem, and I know somebody in the chat was saying on my previous stream earlier today in my show, like it does seem that they're doing a little more coming back to home thing. Like it seemed like for the last year or so they were kind of like out there talking about all these opportunities and this and that, and now it seems like they're coming back to say, hey, the console's our base. They've been saying it, but I think now they're kind of really getting people back on board because they're prepping everybody for the next generation console. So I do think that they're kind of reeling it in a little bit, I feel, in the last year or so. And, you know, and they got that second wave of games coming. Like, I think that's the big thing. Like, they got Saros, Yote, and, you know, the first a game probably from Cory Balrog, whenever the hell that comes out, maybe a game from Blue Point. Like, they got their first party now kind of getting ready, lined up, ready for the second wave of games. So, starting with Yote, I think Yote is kind of like the first, you know, Astrobot could be there, but like I think Yote is kind of the run of the first wave of the next Wolverine, Saros, the second games, first games from Insomniac. I mean, from Naughty Dog, you know.
Yeah, and you've been kind of saying that for a while now too. You've been saying that. I'll never forget when you were like, "Look at this, guys! Everyone's down on PlayStation. Once Yote drops, everyone's just gonna shut up."
And that's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what happened. Yote dropped, and everyone, including me, was like, "All right, cool. It's fine.
We're back.
We're good.
We're back." Yeah. And then they show Wolverine on top of that.
Yeah.
Like, we're back, extra back. And then they show like, Saros and Wolverine. It's like, yeah, we're back. And then the next ones, you know, they're going to start showing Naughty Dog's game. And in the back, they're going to, yeah. I know. That's what they do. Intergalactic. Exactly. So, like, and yeah, that's not to say Corey's due for his game, you know, whatever that's coming for. And yeah, I'm saying that they are just like that.
Not to mention, like, we were talking about it the last week because Josh posted something in the Discord. By the way, guys, we've gotten a couple new subscribers here tonight already. If you subscribe tonight, come to the chat, say hi, let us know that it was you. YouTube isn't always the greatest at telling me which one of y'all subs and when. But Josh and I were talking in the Discord the other day, and he had posted something, and it was about the oh crap, what was it? Oh shoot, help me, guys. We were just talking about something and I got sidetracked. Gaming.
I was on a boat.
You were. No, what were you just talking about, Jez?
How Yote changed the the game. The second waves are coming to games.
Shit.
Oh
nope,
no,
it's gone.
Yote made everyone shut up.
Yote made everyone. Yeah, no, it's gone. That's it. Crap.
It's gone.
I quit. I quit. My ADHD got the best of me on that one. I got sidetracked by seeing a new subscriber tick up on here, and it just gone. Everything
Got glazed.
I
Subscriber
got
glaze.
glazed. He said, Josh said, I can't help you. I post a lot. Yeah, no doubt. Josh, you're supposed to know everything, all right? No. But no, and I agree with you, Jez. Like, I've already stated before that I don't know if I'm going to get a PS6 the day it comes out. I don't know if I'm going to need one the day it comes out. That's the thing. Like,
it's hard to say. And I'm going to stop you right there because I hear people going, I don't need it. And you're right.
Yeah.
Who wants new stuff? But guess what? They show it. They show a game on there. I
That's
gotta
all
get
it takes, right?
So
That's
don't fool yourself.
That's
all it takes.
That's all it takes.
So don't fool yourself. Like granted, I don't want to hear about another console and do I have to trade in this one or I keep this one? Like I know, but the thing is like I know that when they show, they're gonna show the games that run on it, and they're gonna be like, whoa, they're gonna show the controller, the DualSense 2. That scent division will be in it. You could smell now, and who the hell knows? Like and I'm saying like, again, they're gonna show the games. Like they're gonna show the games, and they're gonna show games running even better. And because I heard somebody today going like, oh, how much better the games could look. Like I'm good with what they look like now. It's like, yeah, I think we could have said Ghost of Tsushima looked incredible, but then when you see Ghost of Yotei, you're like, oh, like. They can be better, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
there's same thing with Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 1 looked awesome. Spider-Man 2 was like, wow, look at how crazy and this runs, and what you're doing in this game, it's just you don't know until they show it, and that's why it's always important to show the games, show the capabilities of the machine, not just keep talking about. We would like and what we think, and when you look at this and when we hear about this and we would do, it's all just like ambiguous shit. Like show it, what we're playing, what we're doing, and they'll show it. So I understand we don't want to talk about PlayStation 6 because we just got the Pros not even a year old, but if they show something, you're gonna get it.
And that's and
you're gonna find a way.
Like Josh put in the chat, he was like, "You have a PS5 Pro, you like new stuff." I love new stuff. Okay?
Exactly.
I love new stuff.
If you got the Pro, then you're gonna get the 6. Like
I got
what I mean?
The Portal for my birthday. I got
and
the
Portal
Explorers for my.
And they do a Portal 2. You're gonna
Christmas.
get that too.
Oh, if they do.
Thrifty's gonna have
2,
a bajillion donations.
Listen, no. Listen, my wife got me the Portal for my birthday. She got me the Pulse Explorers for Christmas last year.
You have a whole Santa's list.
And those things, I guarantee you, are the best dynamic duo accessory, point blank, period, that I have ever owned on any console ever.
I know what Thrifty's going to do. He's going to tell his kids to ask for the things that he wants for Christmas. Put it on your list. He's like, PlayStation 6. But Dad, I don't play a PlayStation 6. No, that's what you want. Oh, put it on the list.
The hell you
Santa
don't.
Bring it.
You do now.
Yeah, that's right. You do now.
You do now.
Santa wants to give it to you. Santa wants to give it to you.
Santa wants to give you good gifts.
He's building it now. You just got to put it on
Daddy
the list.
will take it. That's how this works.
And then I'll convince...
Warawana just said the DualSense 2 is going to have scratch and sniff.
Yeah, it's going to scratch and sniff. That's right. Xbox is going to have it too, though. It's just going to smell like shit out the box.
It's just going to smell...
It's going to smell like shit all the time.
It's going to smell like piss poor coffee.
It's going to be like booty ass. It's going to smell like... It's a booty edition. It's going to have scent... It feels like we have scent division too. It just smells like shit all the time. It's like, oh, damn. Oh, damn. Phil, not like this. It was Booty's idea.
Scent-o-vision. Warren, you're going to kill me, dude. I can't breathe that well anyways. Oh, my gosh. That was great.
Booty said, what happens? He says, we were going to spend Sony out of business. What happens if we just smell them out of business? Well, we just stink up the room, and nobody wants to play anything.
Now you can actually smell the bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, Phil, when you do a podcast, when you go on the podcast, it'll smell up the room even more.
Xbox did have a pizza controller that smelled like pizza.
Yeah, and they even had an ass controller with the Wolverine and the other one, the Wolverine and Deadpool ass controls, the ass cheeks on it.
Which I'll be honest, in the flavor of Deadpool, that controller was awesome. Like,
removable ass cheeks.
It was so funny. Like that's one of the things. That's one of the bright shining moments of Xbox when you saw Deadpool's ass on a controller.
I see Sarah Bond sitting there going, "Yo, it took 20 people to put a button on a box." And Booty's like, "What happens when we make it smell like shit?" And she's like, "Oh my god, we can only use that. Sounds like a great idea. Smell like yo."
God, I'm dying.
That's crazy.
The fragrance coming out of it be Ode to Ass.
Ode to ass.
Ode to ass.
Ode to ass. And they come out the top like, what is that smell? Oh, it's our Xbox. Shitting up the house.
Man.
One of us should have 911 dial the while for Thrifty.
Oh my god. Okay. So, Cosmic, what do you think, man? Or do you just want to move on to the next one? Like, it's just frustrating, man, because I automatically saw people post, like, PS6 is delayed. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god.
Like, it's like
I saw that too today. I'm like,
I saw some dumb shit put on his face, or put on his Facebook. No. Put on his X, a Mark Cerny interview, and he put in quotes, PS6 to be able to develop on multiple platforms to support multi-structural first-party games at launch on PC. Okay, I clicked the article. Do you know what Mark Cerny never fucking says in the article?
He did. What is that, Goat Gaming? Was that Goat Gaming, Thrifty? That was probably what Goat Gaming.
Probably. He did, however, Cerny did say that it's going to be more PC-based to give them a better ability to go to multiple platforms if desired. That's what was said. So basically, yes, the possibility's there, but don't make definitive statements where there are none.
Yeah, we don't have a crystal ball that can see 6 years into the future.
And with the new Steam machine, and Jez, I love you to death. I caught part of your show, but I knew we were talking about it tonight, so I didn't stay for the whole thing. Because, once again, I don't just want to parrot whatever you say. And so, the point you made, though, about, like, is this Steam machine going to make, or is PlayStation going to say, hey, listen, no more? Like, at that, and let's just go ahead and get into the Steam machine now. Like, it's you made a damn good point. Like, if now your PlayStation games can be played on another console that just connects to your TV, and it's as easy as, and I don't know that it's going to be, I'm just saying, if they find a way to make it as easy as grabbing the Steam controller, pressing the Steam icon, and the damn thing turns on and Plastic Box makes fucking picture.
Oh, it will. That's what Steam OS does.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it immediately jumps in.
Dude, it's a console.
So there you go. You have to stop now. That is the line. And that's where you go from, okay, cool, we still have exclusives. They're going a year, 2 years later to no. Like, and that's the part where I think PlayStation players should kind of stop and think a little bit and go, hey, do we really think exclusives are that necessary? And if your answer is yes, then you need to not be in support of any more games from PlayStation going over to PC.
You can't be nonchalant about it.
You can't.
Yeah, like, I do think, though, it's going to depend on the uptick. Like, if this thing kind of gets wind and like a Steam Deck, I definitely think they'll reconsider and definitely hold on to their games longer. But yeah, but again, if this thing's not gonna, I don't think even Valve plans on this thing selling like millions of, like, 80 million, like, to compete with the PlayStation. But but I said on my show, like, one of the things was like, the original box didn't sell crazy, and then the 360 came in and kicked PlayStation in the nuts and gave them something to go for. So, like, even though this first iteration may not blow up, that the sequel and the other potentials and the ability to upgrade, like, it could be a potential competition, because now it's competing with the same TV that your PlayStation's on. And that's why I said, it was like, before PlayStation's like, oh, we don't see PC as competition. It's a different place. They're never going to buy a PlayStation. But Steam just changed the game with this Steam machine, because now that shit's right next to your PlayStation. And if it could play you, it makes your games now even more important. Your experiences, your exclusives, it reinforces the importance of exclusivity, which is crazy because now I think a lot of people going, oh, just put all your games on PC. It's like, look at that. That's a Trojan horse, man. Now you want Trojan horses. Look what happened. Steam just fucking gut punched both Xbox and PlayStation and said, thanks for putting your games on Steam. Now we're going to make a machine with your games and our library and our controller and not your operating system, not your shit, and thank you for feeding us the content to make us an all-in-one box. And it made PlayStation get caught, look like fools with their pants down, and Xbox is sort of now they're done. It killed all their plans. Mm-hmm. It put so much pressure on them for the Xbox app to differentiate, which is nowhere near where SteamOS is. And now Xbox is sort of this stuck, and also they're gonna get them on price too, because Sarah Bond said that Xbox is gonna be a premium experience. It's dude, this thing is not a premium experience, but this is gonna compete with the console market because it's gonna be in that price range. They're not pricing this thing at $1,500. If they do, they're crazy. But they're gonna keep it probably relative where the Steam Deck is, and look where the Steam Deck is relative to where the Windows PC handhelds are.
Hey, Jez, let me respond to somebody in the chat. Rachie, you said, what will you do, boycott PlayStation? That was to me giving the intro kind of to this topic and all of that. No, I'm not going to boycott PlayStation. They still produce the games that I want to play, and I still have my PlayStation. Here's the thing that I'm not going to do, though. I'm not going to roll over and act like it's not happening. I'm not going to turn the other cheek and say, please hit me again, I can this time put some stank on it. I'm not going to sit there and say that this is the greatest decision ever made to keep putting games on PC when there is a Steam machine that, like Jez said, is going to sit literally right next to your PS5. I'm not going to sit and champion decisions that I feel are harmful to the brand or to the company or to the console gaming experience that I enjoy the most. I won't do that. Because that turns you into somebody who's delusional and who's a fanboy and who's going to cope for every single thing that a company does just to make sure you stay in their good graces. Not naming any companies, not naming any people or names. So, no. Am I going to boycott them? Nah, they'd have to do something really sinister for me to do that. Am I going to look at them and go, hey, if you keep doing this, you're stupid as hell? Absolutely. 100%. And I would hope that every other person who has a PlayStation-centric channel would do that as well. Point blank, period. Sorry, Jez, go ahead, continue.
Well, I already said, Sony's FAFO, man. This is exactly it. You fed them that, and and now you're gonna learn. You decided to give them, and I gave the example, not to take up too much time, but when I purchased the PS4 Pro, there was a library of games that were not playable anywhere else that they released the years before I bought that in 2017, and I went back and experienced Uncharted 4. It was an added value to my purchase because it wasn't just the new games that are exclusive. It was these games that there were nowhere else to play them, and you get that experience when you buy a Switch 2. Say you buy a Switch 2, you get all those Switch 1 games that you never played before on there. This situation is that you buy a PlayStation 5, and it's you buy this thing, and it's sort of well, the PlayStation 5, I could play all those games leading up to, Death Stranding 2 with a couple of games not there, but a lot of them I are experienced already. So, it definitely, because they've put their exclusives on the PC, it's definitely takes a little bit of the whole, I buy a PlayStation 5 and I have this whole library of games that only could be experienced here, so it adds the justification of buying that system. So, it's a little different now. So I think they're going to be a little more hesitant in putting their games on there, or what people are suggesting in the chat was starting up a PlayStation storefront, which will definitely gut punch Steam, and kind of a way of controlling where their games can be played. Maybe they'll keep them on Windows PCs, but not let them be played on Linux. Yeah. So I don't know.
There was a leak. Now, there was a rumor or a leak about 2 years ago, I believe, that was PlayStation was working on their own storefront for PC. I'm not dreaming.
It was
that.
It was something where the logo PlayStation PC leaked. It was a logo.
Oh, yeah. First
off, I do think it's stupid for them to do a store because all their gain that they got on PC was because they kept it on Steam. They put it where the gamers are, where the people buy games. If they open up a store, they'll be like Epic. Even Ubisoft and EA learned the hard way, and they had to bend the knee to put their games on Steam, even though you got to check with their DRM, because nobody was going to their stores. Everybody wanted all their library going through Steam. They didn't want 20 launchers. So them doing a launcher is gonna be it would take away a lot of their PC gains that they had over the last 5 years, and the fact that you're doing it after 5 years is gonna make you look even shadier than if you did it initially. Just like that PSN fiasco, people were going crazy because they had to give an email to PlayStation. Imagine it saying like, well, now you got to go to a PlayStation launcher and do it. They'll be like, screw this. You know what I mean? So it will definitely pull a lot of that away from them. But if they're kind of like, well, now Steam is going to be a little more competition because of what they're doing. Remember, this is a Steam box, and I said this too. A Steam box. This is a Steam box. This is, this is their box. This is Valve's. This is not Asus trying to do something different. This is not HP going, oh, we're going to do a little something different here. Yeah, no, this is not like OEMs trying shit out. This is Valve making their own hardware with their own launching platform that's been using your games. You better FAFO. You better sort that out, because this thing is coming for you. You know, it is, whether this version is not going to fly off shelves as much. The fact that they're doing it, and they got even the VR is competition. That is a wireless VR headset. I'm interested in that thing. It plugs a dongle in, and you can do wireless VR or wired on any computer, even that Steam machine. That's PSVR competition, because Valve has a bigger library of games than PlayStation VR 2, and this has eye tracking and everything like that too. So like they kind of it's competition now. Like this is a gauntlet down for PlayStation.
You think so? You think you think that the Steam machine is direct competition for PlayStation?
Yeah, and I'm not talking about like power wise, like, oh my god, it's a pro versus this. I'm talking about what they announced today is definitely competition for. Well, yeah, they just announced a VR headset. Who's launching VR headsets nowadays? New ones, and with high fidelity wireless. Yo, and they have a huge like Steam library of VR. I have tons of VR games on Steam, plus because I had the Vive, and they have all the open market. They got access to the Meta Store. Like you have VR unlimited with on PC. It's only what Sony curates for the VR too. So if you're a VR person, they just basically said, PlayStation, good luck. Like, we gotta see the prices again. But I think that whole system, and even the Steam Deck now, fits into that ecosystem. It's streamable. It's like a portal. You could do Steam Link and stream your games from that system. You could play your games natively. The Steam Deck now becomes an extension of. They just launched a whole ecosystem, but the gauntlet dropped against PlayStation and Xbox, and they basically neutered Xbox. But PlayStation, they put them on the warning path. And while this game, they could say it's weak, it's not going to be as powerful as PlayStation. The ecosystem, their approach of their first-party hardware, doing that, they threw in the gauntlet down.
Okay, so
you don't think so?
Oh, let me get. Here's the deal.
Gad, what do you think?
It goes. So yes, my first initial inclination was this is direct competition with Sony. Then I started listening to the people in my Discord who have been around and have been looking at all this crap for a long time, just like you have. And here's what one of them said, and Josh just reiterated it in the chat here. He said, if the Steam machine does the levels the Steam Deck, Sony won't care. They haven't outsold the Vita at this point, and that was a Sony flop. So basically he's saying if it sells 3 million, 5 million units, Sony's not going to give a rat's ass. And I would still look at that and say the messaging of it absolutely matters. Like, that's the thing that gets me, is the messaging of it absolutely matters. Now, what also would solidify this for me is if Sony came out and said, we are day and date on PC, because if not, them bitches is still having to wait. Like that's
Well, their service games a day and date, like Marvel Token
Sure.
would come out, and that will be on there and on a PlayStation the same day. But yeah, no, and that's what I said. Like I said about how it would sell, it would make them talk about their games. Like if this thing blew up again, yeah, I think definitely it will be there. But like I said before, the Xbox original didn't create a dent. They didn't take it seriously. The PlayStation 2 was running wild, and the Xbox came out, made a little bit of stuff. They canceled it. They ended it short, and they learned and they made the 360. If Valve is in this, see, that's the other thing. Valve tends to kind of put something out there with not having the intent of like selling 100 million. Same thing with the Steam Deck. Just put it out there. Let it like, just for our customers and let it go. We're not here to, sell 3 million of these, 300 million of these friggin' things. So let's see how serious they are, because they've been milking the Steam Deck to a while where people want a Steam Deck 2 already. So let's see if this is just a test case, or they're going to kind of learn from this first version 1 and build upon it. Because then if they do, now all of a sudden you better start looking, because they make a stronger one. They make one that's upgradable with the RAM. Well, you could upgrade the RAM in this thing. They make, they start doing these things and really building this thing out. Your second and third versions may be the competition. So you got to squash that shit now. That's why those games are very important now. So like, don't say, well, it's not that big a deal. They didn't sell shit. Here's Yote. Here's fucking Wolverine. Here's this stuff. And then guess what happened? Here comes a more powerful one that runs all those games better than your PlayStation. And now they're cooking. And now all of a sudden, you didn't take them seriously. You thought that they were just like farting around. And now they learned. They made it better. And now, what are you going to do? You can't take those games back. So that's why I said you got to approach with caution. We don't know.
One of the things that I'll say, and you brought it up about Steam and the Steam Deck and all that, like, one of the things that I find interesting is that it feels almost like, it almost feels reverse of what a traditional console model is. Like, Steam made the storefront, and I think this is how it worked. Steam made the storefront. The Steam Deck, to me, feels like an accessory to that storefront. Like, the storefront is the thing. The Steam Deck, the Steam launcher, the storefront, that is the biggest deal. And they have now given you 3 accessories for that storefront to combine with the 4th being the Steam Deck. So like, it's really weird because like PlayStation developed the console, put a storefront in the console, and has developed things to be accessories to that console, where the console is the main factor in the ecosystem, where Steam is coming in and saying, hey, listen, the main factor in our ecosystem is just the storefront. We want all of your devices directly connected into this storefront, which makes sense, but I think it also is going to... I think it's why they do it, to where they don't care if it sells 20 million units, 5 million units, because that's still not their main focus. And so like Josh was pointing out in the chat, he said that PlayStation will... What did he say? Let me just read it. It's better if I just read what he said. Hang on. Sony will keep them from... Okay. He said, sure, and the second the Steam machine damages Sony, they will treat them as hostile. Sony will not allow PS to be damaged. Earlier, he had said that PS to Sony is the way... the PC is for Microsoft, or Windows is for Microsoft. Like, you have to have one to sustain. Like, it's such a big part of their company and of their operations and of what they do that you need to protect that. Like, we saw in their financials, one of the craziest parts in there was that Sony's PlayStation division was up like 3.5% or 5% or something like that, but their total revenue was only up 3%. And what that told me was, yeah, they had an up year, they had a little bit of growth, but that growth wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for the massive hike on PlayStation. And not the massive hike, but the growth on PlayStation. Sorry, being hyperbolic over here. But like, so I don't see PlayStation letting it get to that point. On some level, and Wara said it earlier, it doesn't matter if you put them day and date or if you put them a year later. They're going to crack the stupid thing as soon as it gets on a PC. So it doesn't matter. Like, the game's going to be free torrented out like a whore on Bale Street in Memphis during Mardi Gras. Like, it's just there. Like, that's
I don't know. Again, I'm not super familiar. Maybe somebody else knows, maybe Josh, somebody. But like cracking games on Linux, I don't like with I know because the Steam like I don't know how Steam OS is with that. I'm sure you can do it because it is a Linux PC. I'm sure there's versions of it that you can do, but again, I don't think it's as easy. It may not be. I don't know. I haven't done it on a Steam Deck. Then on Windows, it's easy. You just go Steam Unlocked or something. There's all like games
pretty
done.
much.
I don't on Linux. I don't know if you could do that. No, I could try it. I haven't done that yet. But you know, the thing is like I'm just saying that. I think before this announcement, the PC landscape was a definitely different perspective for Sony to be like, yes, it's on you. It's at a desk. It's on the Steam Deck. It is what it is. And I even said it before, like the fact that people are playing God of War on a Steam Deck, Sony, you better FAFO, watch out, because now when you try to introduce PlayStation Portal, it's like, you know, the nuance of like, oh wow, I could play God of War on the go. People have been doing that shit. So like, and Spider-Man on the go because you put your games over there. Now the nuance of people going, oh my god, imagine playing Spider-Man on the go now with my PlayStation handheld. You already blew that load when you put your shit on Steam because you put your shit on PC. It's done. You know, that kind of thing that people had when they bought a Switch, when they're like, my god, Mario on the go, Smash Brothers on the go, like, oh my, like, you know, Sony, that you kind of ruined that wonderful moment because that's not a nuance anymore, because people have been doing that thanks to you putting your games on PC. So again, they don't look at PC as a competition, but this whole consolification of PC gaming, I don't think they should be super arrogant and be like, we got it, because they're feeding off of your games, and you gotta be smart to that shit. Your IP is important. How is it worth 2 million, like 1 million sales over there to have somebody get, like, I don't know, like, I think you gotta hold on to your IP. Like, I never agreed, like, you know, it was what it is. It is what it is, like old games over there. But again, like I said, in the long run, in the bigger picture, it could affect them in the long run. It's not going to affect them now. Like, this shit's not going to come out in 2026 and go, oh shit, the PlayStation sales stop because of this thing. But I'm saying, if you, like, you know, don't worry about that little flicker. It's all right. That little flame, don't worry about it. Hey, you come back, what happened? That flame turns into a bonfire. You gotta piss out that flame early. That's how I run a company. I'll be like, that shit's getting squashed because I'm not making that become a thing. So my game's are staying where I am, because that's my identity. That's my differentiation between this stuff.
Yeah.
So let's see if Sony does that. If they say, oh, we're arrogant, Sony, let it burn. Who gives a shit? They suck. It's a little candle. It's not going to do anything. Come back a few years later and now it's a bonfire. It's like, oh shit. What do we do now?
Yeah.
And I know people are gonna be like, oh, it's a nothing burger. I know, but you got to look at both sides of the story. You don't know, but I definitely think that they released a fucking ecosystem, VR nonetheless, like a VR headset,
they released the whole
a console,
thing, didn't they?
Yo, they released the whole
thing,
the whole fucking shebang, man. They gave you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a fucking late night snack.
They did kind of flip it out on the table and said, here. Eat.
It's crazy, dude. They got your streaming Steam Link. They fucking announced the VR headset. Like, yo, if that's not a Sony, like, yo, I'm not saying you got to go all in, but it should be a little bit of a head turn, definitely. But I do think while Sony put themselves in, and I said this on my show, Sony dipped their toe in, and they could easily kind of slowly balance this and see how it plays out. Phil Spencer went naked into the deep end of the pool, into the shallow end of the pool head first. Microsoft is cooked with this shit.
Oh yeah,
That's all I'm saying. They're because this is their vision done the way it should have been done, and they're so late to the game. They got beat, and like I've always said, Microsoft always talks about something, and somebody comes along and does it better. Zune Music, Spotify showed them how to do it. Connect, the MetaQuest, and all that other VR, all that shit. Everybody showed them how to do shit. Streaming, Sony showed them how to do it better than Microsoft, and they've had it in beta for 7 years.
That's the wildest shit I've ever seen. That the cloud streaming with the portal is near
overnight
perfection, and like it's stable. I have like it's
Microsoft's
fine.
Dude,
It's great.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Overnight, I was on a cruise ship. Next day, I came back. I'm like, what? My portal changed. Dude, just like that. Did they need Herman Holtz going on a world tour? Did Herman Holtz need to interview with a Digital Foundry? Did Herman Holtz have to go to Japan? Did he have to go to another show? Did Herman Holtz do a podcast? Did he go to MSNBC in the morning talking about cloud gaming? No. Sony's like, update your bitch. Done.
There you go.
It was
just like Steam. Dude, just like Steam today. Did the Gabe Newell? I didn't even see fucking Gabe Newell today.
That was
Gabe Newell wasn't on MSNBC talking about it. Look at our new thing. Dude, they had people hands-on with it. People used it. They just announced that shit. Boom. Cook.
It was
Sarah Bond talking for 2 years already. She's still talking.
I'll never forget. I was on
about nothing.
I was on the shorts feed, and all of a sudden I get this short where it talks about the update for the portal coming, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is the best news I've had in like a couple weeks and months about what's going on to the portal, and this is huge, and y'all put that shit out in a short. Just, here you go. I'm like, what?
And it was only in a beta for a year. xCloud was in a beta for 10.
I was so happy that day. I was like, they put that shit. They said, listen, this is an email. We got it. Like, let's just send this shit out.
We did beta last year. We did what's out of beta. Here you go. New interface, new UI, all your games. Microsoft talking about like, we think we'll make your games playable. We're working closely. Y'all keep talking.
All right, so here's my
question.
question.
Sony just did it.
And y'all get to feel real smart here because I'm going to sound real dumb. Everybody in the chat, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. Wara sent me the screenshot. Apparently, I'm featured on YouTube search right now. Woohoo, go us. I have questions, though, because I look at this, and in my stupidity, in my ignorance, this looks like the GPU is half as fast as the PlayStation 5 GPU. Because the PS5 GPU is a 16 gig GDDR6.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's kind of wild. That 8 gigabytes of VRAM is low.
It is really low.
That's what I thought, but I don't know enough about internal specs of a system to really know what I'm talking about. So, if they're expecting games to hit 4K 60. Okay.
What games?
I don't with 8
Vampire
gigabytes.
Survivors?
Yeah, with 8 gigabyte RAM, I don't think you're gonna hit 4K 60 unless your game was made of like Play-Doh.
And what they said too was with upscaling and frame gen, like they did say like 4K 60 with upscaling and frame gen, so you can run that game at like 720.
Yeah, Lucci said in the chat it's compared to a 3060. They said.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Rachie, it's like a 7
said,
Ryzen.
Do you guys
70s.
not understand PC? Rachie, listen, my guy. I have been totally honest. No, I don't. That's like.
Nah, but 8 gigs is 8 gigs of VRAM is kind of on the lower end. That's like your starter cards, and kind of like you're at 4 gigs and 8 gigs. But the thing is, though, is that it is a closed system. They have their own heat sink in it, so thermal throttling and the thermals will kind of stay in there. It does have a stronger CPU, a faster CPU in there, but the GPU is kind of lacking. Like, so it is like they said between a Series S and a PlayStation 5. Like, it's not as strong as the base PlayStation 5 at all, and it's a little bit stronger than the Series S. So 4K 60, it's gonna have, and it doesn't have FSR 4 on it. It's FSR 3. So RDNA 3, not RDNA 4. Fill DNA. It's RDNA 3, so it's not the new RDNA 4, but there's some hacks And I'm sure people are gonna do hacks and shit to try to.
Yeah,
get
they're gonna
other
mod
things.
the crap out of this.
Oh man, they're gonna mod this. This thing. What I'm gonna tell you what this thing's good for. If it's a good price, is for emulation shit, like arcade box. Man, you throw ROMs and dude, that's like an arcade in a box. Man, you could throw a whole bunch of ROMs in there. Upgradable SSD, and upgradable RAM if you wanted to take it apart. You gotta take it apart, I think, to upgrade the RAM. But it's a start. But it's definitely not the most powerful machine, and I think the way they did it was to try to be an entry point, but all to PC gaming, but also, like you said, as an advertisement for their store.
That's the thing. Like,
it's like the Series S approach.
That's the problem. Gaming. This thing's cool, but I was looking at it and I'm like, is anybody who's a Steam player, a heavy Steam player, who's a heavy PC gamer, who has a good rig or even a high-end rig, are they really going to want to go out of their way to buy a box that's half as good or a quarter as good as their rig and play games on it? Like, yeah, it might be nice as like a little like get-together thing, everyone's on, around the couch and, you got the family or whatever. It looks nice, but again, I just like if I'm a person who has a high-end rig and I look at this thing and I'm like, why am I going to spend money on this thing? Like, I already have a Steam Deck. Like, the Steam Deck has a use. You can play games that are, and that's the thing with the Steam Deck. Steam Deck has to have its own versions of games. It has to be Steam Deck ready because it'll tell you on the game list. It'll tell you if you view the game. It'll tell you.
Yeah, and they're gonna have that on here too, like Steam, like verified.
And that's the thing. Like, if like I could say, because I've got some friends who have a Steam Deck and they love it because they could take their stuff on the go when they're traveling or they're out of state or whatnot. But are they really gonna want this box, which would be basically a Steam Deck, but it's plugged into a TV, even though you can already plug your Steam Deck into a TV? So it's
more
kind
powerful than a Steam Deck. That's what they're saying. It's like 6 times, they said. But Steam Deck is old as shit.
Yeah, I was going to say, Steam Deck came out a little while ago. So, I mean...
Yeah, and it was weak, yeah.
I think it's an interesting product for a Steam user. How it's going to get people to come into the Steam user base, I don't know. Because I think this thing suffers the same problem as Xbox, because it's nothing but third-party games. Mm-hmm. Why would I want to spend $400, $500, $600 on a third-party machine? Valve has to come out with like, oh yeah, we're gonna surprise, we're making Half-Life 3, or we're gonna have
that'll be big, yeah.
We're gonna have our own exclusives and everything, and we're gonna like. I don't see Valve doing that, because the joke is Valve can't count the 3. So I don't know. I think it's a cool idea. I think it's a good, I think it's something good and cool for the Steam ecosystem and the user base, because now you have everything under one umbrella. You have your PC, you have your handheld, you have your plug-in home console-ish thing, and then you have the VR, and then you got your controller. You got everything you could possibly want if you're a very big Steam gamer. But getting people in at the entry level, it's all going to come down to price.
Yeah.
But so you're talking 2020.
Go ahead. No.
Go ahead.
No, finish.
I was going to say, and like we were all saying, is it competition? We have to wait and see, because this thing could come out and it could sell 2 million and that's it. Again, if we're looking at based off just previous Steam devices and how much they've sold, Steam Deck only sold like I think most of the handheld PC game devices like 4 or 5 million, and Steam Deck sold like most of them, and that's like 3.5 million, I think. So it's a very niche device for an already niche audience. Most PC gamers I know want to play on PC, and that's it. They don't want a handheld, they don't want a box, they don't want anything. And if they do have a console, they have it for their reasons. So, and another thing to add, they're still not getting games day and date. Like, they're still waiting for GTA 6. This thing doesn't come out and is all of a sudden magically they're going to get GTA 6 day and date. And they still have to wait for other versions, you know, and games could still come to this Steam machine, and they could still be unoptimized because it is still a PC, you know, esque device.
And you got to tweak stuff too, like the settings and stuff. So, especially 8 gigabytes, you're gonna.
Yeah, I think that, and the thing is, this definitely hurts Xbox more in the long run because Xbox has now forced their entire focus on nothing but PC, and right now it's not exactly working out well for them. Now to have Valve, who, let's just be real here, is the granddad of PC, you know, entertainment, of creating a storefront and creating an ecosystem that, you know, is fleshed out and it's, you know, easy to, you know, access and all that other kind of stuff. You now have them entering this market that you are still somewhat competing in, but yet your device is probably going to be double or triple of what this Steam machine is going to be. Now, to lay down the question is like, and what you guys in the chat were talking about earlier, I don't think it's going to hurt Sony, but I definitely think the PC stuff probably will end pretty soon. That's just my opinion. But like I said, with this thing being if I look at the power and just the specs of this thing, it's not eye-catching. It's almost like Nintendo Switch 2 levels of power, and that thing is already underpowered before it even launched. So, again, how are games going to run on it? How is the system going to be, you know, optimized for? How are, you know, that's extra dev time to make another version for the system, unless you can make a Steam Deck version and it works on the Steam machine. Which
I think that's the point. Yeah,
I think that's the point. But again, it's. I look at this thing and I say this is a great device for the Steam market, but I'm having a hard time looking at this thing and saying, yeah, people are going to be lining up outside of stores or online to buy this thing. I'm not entirely sure that's going to happen. I could be wrong, and I'm not going to sit here and cry if I'm wrong, but I just don't see it happening. Mm-hmm. I really don't, because again, they still have to wait for games. They still have to wait for GTA 6. Now, the fact that it's delayed, they now have to wait and possibly till 2028 or 29, almost at the end of the generation, to get GTA 6.
Yeah, so, and then there's also issues with anti-cheat. Like, you know, anti-cheats don't work. Like Battlefield don't play, Fortnite don't play currently on Steam, on Linux. So those anti-cheats remove a lot of the competitive online games, the big ones too, because they're not Linux now. I know Fortnite, Epic said they were trying to work and get Fortnite to work on Linux with anti-cheat, but yeah, on a Steam Deck, on Linux, anti-cheats, if those games have it, the big ones, online, you're not playing them. So yeah, that's an issue too. So like they have that challenge too. So like you do, and then there's some games that are not Linux compatible. So the entire Steam library is not there. That's on Windows on Linux. Like majority of them are, but there are games that don't work on that part of on Linux. So that's another thing. So it is definitely, it's not as big as the Windows, like compatibility wise. Again, that's where Windows like succeeds. Like it's just compatible with everything. There are some limitations with it, but I agree, like what Kozlik's saying. Like I don't think even Valve expects people to line up for this, but I do feel like that they want this as an extension to their storefront, like Thrifty was saying, and also as something like, hey, you're tired of hooking up that Steam Deck to your TV. It's really underpowered. Now we'll give you something that you could put under your TV. You know, another thing too is that I hook my PCs up. Like I got my laptop hooked up as a console to my projector. TVs and monitors are totally different stories. Like unless you have more modern TVs with VRR and stuff, playing PC on a TV that don't have VRR and G-Sync and all those things, it is annoying trying to get that steady 60 frames to not have, and with make sure you have VSync on. and to get to 60 frames, you're kind of playing a lot with the settings so you don't get screen tearing, because the TVs don't have G-Sync and FreeSync, and they may have a VRR mode which may help with that. But are you buying TVs every year to get that new tech? Like I have.
That's expensive.
And if you play on a projector, like you're not getting VRR and any of that shit. I looked, you're not getting that. So like how I choose to play, like if I put that here, I have a 5080 laptop hooked up to this thing where I could kind of max it out, but I'm still trying to balance out that 60 frames. And then when you activate frame gen, you can't put VSync on in some games. So you get fucked up where you basically put frame gen on. It's giving you shit ton of frames to get to 60, but you shoot over 60 and then you get screen tearing. And some games don't allow you to put VSync. Then you got to mess around with the frame rate capture, the tap. So you got to say, well, frame gen me up to 60 because if you go over, I'm going to get screen tearing. And if you don't have a TV, like that's why PC on TV, you want a monitor with VSync, with variable refresh rate, and you don't have to worry so much. But when you're working on these TVs that don't have this, you're going to have to do definitely with every game, play around, because that's what I do. Play around to make sure that you get that where you don't get the screen tearing. Or you can max it out and hit VSync, and you're good. But with 8 gigabytes, you want to go throw dead Dying Light in there and think you're going to run at 4K 60, ray tracing and stuff like that. Like you're going to have to mess around with it. And I think the guy on Digital Foundry was saying, like, with that low video RAM, like you're going to have to do a little more tinkering to get what you want on a bigger screen. And that's the other thing too. Like you're blowing these up now, not on a 23-inch monitor. You're talking about 70-inch TVs,
70-inch
TVs, 80-inch projectors. Like you can't run that shit in no fun 720p and say, "Oh, it looks great," or 1080p.
It's gonna look washed.
You're blowing that shit up. So you got to hope the upscaling is there and that shit, because like you could get away when you're running on a monitor, a 7-inch Steam Deck. You could run it at 580p and and low settings, but man, when you blow that shit up, it's gonna look fuzzy. Like, trust me, I've been trying to do like console-fi my PCs, like hooking them up, and it's a task. Like it's this, but I do think that this is a step in their direction, and it's more of like, hey, you like to hook up a Steam Deck and you play these games on Steam? Well, here's like a more powerful Steam Deck to hook up to your TV. Mm-hmm. The other thing, a thing too, is that Linux and these don't allow for external GPUs, which I have those. So you can't sort of jack this shit up when you want to hook it up to the TV, because that's kind of my thing. I have the thing on the go, and I kind of do Nintendo dock style, but I dock it to a 4070 Super, and boom, now I could mess around with all the settings when I want it on the big screen. Linux and Steam Deck, you can't do that with. They don't work with eGPUs. So you can't have like a 4070 Super sitting next to your PC. You come in, you plug that Steam box into it, and now it's souped up. You can't do it because Linux doesn't support eGPUs. So that's another thing, whereas you could get that extra power. So that 8 gigabytes may be a challenge on some things, but again, it's a version 1. We'll see if Valve really wants to dive into this. They're revisiting it after a decade, and but it's definitely a message of where they want to go. We'll see if they stick with it or they just kind of throw it out there and say. But it looks like they have an ecosystem, though. So that's why I'm not. They wouldn't throw all the shit out there like this if they were not thinking about this is what they're gonna do. I don't know. That's my feeling on it.
I've been attentively listening because
he's been glazed. I know I talk too much about it.
No, you're good. You're good.
Thrifty's
trying to save his
I haven't
voice.
answered.
Yo,
I'm trying to connect some of the
knows.
dots here, okay? And so because of that, I'm trying to connect the dots. I've asked a lot of questions. Y'all have answered them perfectly. And let me say some things that I've noticed. One, I'm starting to agree with Wara, where he said in the chat he doesn't believe that the PS5 has competition with the Steam machine. And I also agree with what you said. V1 probably not. Sure. I will say this, though. Cosmic asked earlier, what would the point of getting a Steam machine be unless you're already involved in that ecosystem? And I would push back and say that it's the same thing that draws people to the PlayStation, the same thing that used to draw people to the Xbox, the same thing that draws people to the Nintendo Switch. It's the games. Now, whether you want to agree with this or not, Steam gets some games, usually of the indie variety, way before the console market does. Good example, God Reapers and Death coming out next year for the Steam. For the Steam. I keep saying that. For the PC, it's going to be on Steam. And it's a game that I will be getting. Period, point blank, done. It's a Diablo-like. It's the second game from Wochin Studios. Their first game was decent on PC, and the port to PS5 was absolute ass. But this second game, I've been watching people play it, and supposedly it runs really well, looks really good, and people are posting like their systems and stuff, and everything's great. That is a game that I will not be able to play anywhere else but Steam. Wandering Sword. That's a game that came out 2 years ago that we are just now getting on the PS5. So, I would say that they do have a certain crowd that they could pull from, being that indie crowd where you do get games on Steam that you don't get anywhere else.
Early access, too.
Early access, which thankfully PlayStation has been starting to do more early access stuff, but it's not nearly to the level of what Steam is. Now, I will say this. I'm talking about indies and early access and stuff like that. Like, that is for the...
most titles people don't care about.
Like, entrenched gamer is what I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking the guy who's dug in and is like, dang it, I am here and I'm not going anywhere. Like, I want it all. And in that regard, that is why I see it, one, as being potentially attractive, but two, and there's another reason. I don't want to move my big-ass PC that is, what is this box? It's 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet by, what, 10 inches wide? Like, it's a big son of a bitch. I don't want to move this thing out to my living room, hook it up to my TV, get it set up over there, just so I can play God's Reapers and Death on a 65-inch VRR television. Like, will I? Probably, but I don't want to. What solves that? Hey, give me a Steam machine that I can just put right next to my PS5 and can play it directly into my TV. But once again, entrenched gamer versus the casual guy that just wants something that he can play Battlefield on, or Call of Duty on, or Fortnite, or Genshin Impact, or his 2 PlayStation games every 2 years that he wants to play. Like, that's not who this is going for, and in that, I will say that I'm starting to understand why people are not going to see it as competition for the PS5 or for PlayStation.
I got a little news bit for you here. Did you see this? This Horizon Steel Frontiers,
okay.
An MMO RPG from NCSoft, announced for mobile and PC. No PlayStation.
Yes. So, I wasn't gonna, Jez. I wasn't gonna.
But you're talking about games and where games could be played.
Uh-huh.
Hey, that Steam machine just got us a Horizon.
It's a Horizon
Herman shared his girlfriend
game. So, yes.
Sony FAFO, that's all I'm saying.
A mobile MMO game.
It's a mobile MMO game. It is crazy that PC gets it. Let me look up one thing real quick.
Sony FAFO, man. They're flying too close to the sun, man. They should shut them. Stupid ass. They're dumb.
Okay.
Stupid.
Yeah, so I ain't got nothing for that.
Clowns.
I ain't got no way to look at that and say,
you could say it's a mobile game. You could say what it is, dude. We made fun of Forza fucking Streets. We made fun of Phil Spencer putting Gears Tactics on PC. Dude, Sony, fuck around and find out, man. You keep doing your shit. Watch what happens.
So, Corey, listen. I love you to death,
cooking.
Brother. And you're here and you talk and
you want to deny it. You keep denying it, but you keep doing bullshit.
But here's the deal. I defended this when Hero brought it up in the Discord. I didn't realize that it was going to PC as well. I took it as, oh, it's going to mobile. It's a smaller title. This is in the vein of Pokemon Go, Animal Crossing, whatever the hell it's called, Kirby, whatever. Like it's in that vein. Those games up until recently, Super Mario Run up until 2020, late 2024 was a mobile only game with a Nintendo IP. Like I don't give a fuck. No big deal. Whatever. Expand onto mobile. Get people interested in your IP. Maybe it'll sell more. I don't.
But it's not a top-down shooter. It's an MMORPG.
Right. And now
like this is like Genshin Impact shit, right?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to PC also.
It's Genshin Impact. This is not like look at the video. This it just leaked. Yeah, this is not no top-down fucking like mobile version of a game. This is it's an MMO game. Like, why is it not on PlayStation? Didn't we learn a lesson from Gears Tactics, from all this bullshit Forza Streets and Microsoft doing the same bullshit? You have a fucking console. Put the game on the console. I understand that maybe that's not where the market it's going to be, but why you put it on mobile and PC and ignore your console? Get ready.
Oh, shoot. Hey, what was that game called again? Horizon what?
Horizon fuck shit.
Fuck shit.
That's what it's called.
I was trying to pull up the trailer.
Keep doing it, yeah.
Hang on, Horizon MMO. Let's see. Steel Frontiers. Holy crap.
Steel balls they have for doing this shit.
Gameplay, and what's really interesting is it's not...
Show the fucking gameplay. Yeah, it's a mobile... Look at it. Yeah, it's a fucking mobile game.
Yeah.
There's no Tinky Winky. Don't look no Tinky Winky here.
Here you go. Here's the trailer.
Fuck around and find out, dude. I'm telling you. Yo, that Hitoki better get the hell out of there. I want that lady. 6 years, we're halfway through. That's what I want. That Hitoki, he got his head as far up his ass. You know, it's like bullying the little kid out there doing it until that kid comes back and punches you in the nuts, and now you're out there. That's exactly what's happened, man. Sony thinks like, yeah, fuck. Yo, put it over there. Yo, you have a fucking console. You have a PlayStation Portal. You got a PlayStation Portal, bitch. You're gonna put it on mobile and on PC and ignore your fucking PlayStation ecosystem? You got people dropping $200 on a Portal. You don't think they want MMOs? You stupid asses. Dumbasses. And you can deny all you want, chat. Tell me, it's a mobile, nobody wants it. It's the message, bitch. Microsoft did the same shit, and we roasted their ass for it.
Corey
and now Sony doing around.
Destiny Rising isn't on PS, but you can get it to work on PC. All I'm saying is we should pick better battles.
No, dude, why not this battle? Did you think it was fine that Gears Tactics was exclusive for PC for a year? Like that was fine? Same thing with Flight Simulator. They made Forza Streets. They made Forza Apex. They ignored their console. That's how it started. So how the hell does Sony ignore their Portal, their PlayStation 5 ecosystem, and make it for mobile and PC?
Yeah.
And look at the game. Are you showing it?
I'm showing it right now. It's there.
Yeah. Look at that. Does that look like Tinky Winky fucking iPhone game?
No, that doesn't look like shit. That looks high production, high value.
Looks like something that I would like to try to play for free on my fucking PlayStation.
Yeah, they would have me hook, line, and sinker. Especially with the new character, she looks badass.
Well, Steam Machine just got an exclusive.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Hero, I retract what I said earlier to you, brother. I didn't realize it was coming to PC also. I am okay with them expanding into the mobile market. I'm not okay with them putting it on PC and taking it, not replacing it. That's
yeah. Dude, but listen to this. If even putting it on the mobile market, you're trying to release a PlayStation handheld? Like, what the fuck you doing? Like, these are the kind of games that you want to put on a PlayStation handheld, on a mobile device. Why would you put it on a cell phone when you're trying to roll out a handheld? Like, the thing is like, this is the kind of shit that you would want there, right?
세계에서 다른 사람을 만나는 확신으로 NC 기대해
Yeah.
And technology are constantly
So why are
colliding.
This looks
It's
really
become a
good.
vibrant and
Holy
living world,
shit, this
full of
is gameplay.
stories, tribal
And it's
cultures,
made by NC Soft,
and of course
who did
those
Marvel
incredible
Rivals.
animal-like machines that rule the land.
Right?
From the very beginning of creating this franchise, we've
MMO.
imagined the Horizon
It's like
universe
a
as
MMO
one that could
Monster
be
Hunter,
experienced
right?
in many different ways.
Yeah.
Horizon Steel Frontiers
Now look
is
at
a
them all
full-fledged
glazed up talking about
MMORPG
mobile and
that
PC.
NCSoft has built specifically for mobile.
Stupid ass.
Now with Steel Frontiers, you can
Okay,
step
so
into
it
this
says
world
it's built for
anywhere,
mobile, so
anytime.
Why
Players
PC?
take on the
It
role.
says literally, the dude just said it's built specifically for mobile.
Because it's an MMO.
So does that mean that it's built for mobile, but through things like BlueStack or whatnot, you can play it
Yeah.
on PC?
Yes, that's the whole reason why. It's an MMO. They need as many. It's kind of like Final Fantasy 14. It needs to be everywhere to make the most money as
But not
possible.
on PlayStation, though.
I get that, but it's an MMO. Most PlayStation players are not going to care about this.
It's fucking.
It's free to play.
It's fucking Horizon.
Yeah.
I get that, but it's most people who play
Like-
Horizon care about the story and Aloy.
It's
and
their
the,
own
and,
IP. Nah,
I
there's
get
no
that.
way. Nah, that's some bullshit. It should not be. It should not be over there, dude.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
It is.
38 million units worldwide from the Horizon franchise. PlayStation. Fuck you, you stupid mother.
Yeah, it
okay.
begins. Thrifty, I'm telling you, man.
Dude, that
It begins.
I didn't realize it was for PC also. That bothers
And look at
me
it.
a lot.
And when you say mobile, we think about cell phones from 30 years ago. Dude, these cell phones and iPads and all this shit, they're fucking powerful now. Like, you know what I mean? Like a mobile game. Like,
I don't give a
you know
shit
what I
that
mean?
it's mobile. That's the thing. I care that it is going to PC and not coming to PlayStation. If it just went to mobile, I would still be looking at everybody just like the Ratchet and Clank stuff and going, guys, it's a mobile game. They're trying to expand their franchises into mobile. People told us they were doing that.
Wait, Corey just said, he says, I asked him, he said, that Xbox trauma is undying. Dude, it is. Corey, it is, man. I'm getting fucking flashbacks. I'm just fucking sitting here, I'm twitching.
It is that moment. Rachy just said this.
Dude,
This
it
Japanese
is.
guy, here's
Look,
our
I'm
new
twitching.
game, Diablo
Fucking Rambo.
Immortal for mobile. The panel, is that an early April Fool's joke? Japanese guy, don't you guys have phones? Like, it's the same scenario. Like, you're not giving it to PlayStation? Well, don't you have phones? Shut the fuck up. That's not the point. That's not the point. Is it going to be on my phone?
See?
Yeah, probably.
Gears Tactics
But
all over
they-
again. Gears Tactics, what was it, Apex?
It's yes, and this is where I try to differentiate
Gears Pop.
this
This is
channel
Gears
from
Pop.
others, and this is why we, because I'm not gonna sit and glaze and go, oh no,
Now
it's
I gotta
fine,
do a
it's
grinds
this
my
and that."
gears now. Shit, my
Yeah.
voice hurts.
Like it's so
I just saw this.
stupid. I can't believe that they would take one of their most beloved IPs, Herman's girlfriend, and put her IP, her world, all of her stuff out there on mobile and on PC and skip the PlayStation. Like, that part is kind of wild to me. And it's the and PC. Make
Well,
no
it wasn't
mistake.
officially announced. It got leaked. But it's saying, according to that website, Steel Frontiers will be available on PC, iOS, and Android. None of that is present on the
Machine
website.
hunters.
There's no information
Nah,
regarding platforms.
sometimes we're fighting over
maybe this is Tom Warren and the Verge jumping,
this
trying
was,
to. No,
oh,
JP does.
Fuck, you should.
Wait a second. I know. I'm just looking at the tweets underneath it.
I was like,
The guy said it was built for mobile. Hold on. Maybe
Alright,
it is going to go to PlayStation. We don't know. But if it doesn't, the gears will be grinding. I'll tell you that. I'm going to have fucking Rambo. Go home, Rambo. I think I'm in Vietnam.
Okay, and everybody else is quoting that same article right now. Okay.
You know how it goes. You
All
know
right,
how
so
it goes.
yeah, I'm going to hold off. I'm going to stop screaming. I need my voice for tomorrow when I'm talking to clients. I'm going to hold off right now.
Voice.
I'm going to go
Dude.
scorched earth on this motherfucker.
I will. Yo, they're going to get.
Like,
Yo. Because they were talking about this multiplayer Horizon game, and it was sort of like not presented as this. Nobody thought it was just going to be only on mobile, or people thought it was like this was the MMO game. Yeah. I think a lot of people thought it was going to be a cartoon, like an animation one. Didn't they think people think that was going to be an animation?
No, that was the Netflix
The movie
or show that we were gonna have, and then they moved it to a
Okay.
live action movie
Okay.
with I think Amazon.
I just
All right,
watched the end of 2 trailers, and nowhere on them does it show anywhere that it's going or what. It just shows all the trademark information.
Yeah, so
Who
let's
owns what trademarks and things like that. Okay.
Yeah, so we don't know yet. We're not.
Yeah, well, this
entirely-
is gonna blow up now because Xbox is face down, ass up, so they're gonna this. Is
Oh yeah,
gonna,
they'll look for anything. They'll look for anything.
Yo, that's wild, dude.
Now
I
people
already
play
see the
mobile
rage
games
going
after
on
they
now.
said
I
that
bet
they don't play mobile
I'm
slot.
gonna.
Nope.
We're gonna have to take a line for 300. We need to cool our tongues.
Yes,
cool our
Hey,
tongues.
Exactly.
We gotta wait.
Exactly.
Corey
but I
said,
just saw that.
Listen, Corey, it's because we don't want
What
don't
is
want
Corey saying?
PlayStation to turn into Xbox. That's why. Like, we see that.
But-
I got to watch the plane as it was going down. Jez was in the motherfucker, okay? Like, I didn't.
I was reading the article, dude. That didn't say PlayStation.
Like, so.
And it's The Verge. It's not some bootleg. It's the
God.
they with the video.
I had to watch my gamer buddies die in a ball of flames on Xbox.
But Corey, what happens if they do? Corey, you're saying that maybe they announce it. What happens if they don't? Then you're ready to rage,
Shit.
or you're not gonna rage. You're like, oh, it's not big.
50's like, I saw all my friends die.
Well, I saw all my friends die in
Dude.
the plane crash that was Xbox, and these guys jumped out with a parachute and lived that shit. Like,
Yo, I started
like-
a whole fucking channel because Microsoft did this bullshit.
right? Like,
That's funny.
Where do you think the Grinds My Gears came from? Is this kind of bullshit? You have a console and an ecosystem. You don't fuck with them. You
That
don't
you're
go
in
put
the
shit
lead.
on other places.
you're
If you
literally in
do-
the lead.
If you're gonna do that, you go give them the bootleg shit like what Nintendo did. Like, we're not gonna give you the Mario Kart. We're gonna give you some like Mario Kart collecting coins bullshit where you turn the thing, you swipe left and right like City Surfers or some shit like that. They didn't give you the
Yep.
full blown
Correct.
Mario Kart. They gave you Mario Kart, or they gave you a Mario side scroll where you tap and he auto runs. They didn't give you
They
Mario
also gave you
World.
Fire Emblem Heroes.
Yeah, they gave you put Mario in some bootleg version for mobile. That's what Sony should do. You don't give them the fucking like the game looking like that and then put it on PC, dude. If it's on PC, like then it should be on PlayStation. That's some bullshit. Like, you got MMOs on PlayStation, so like we'll see, but we'll cool our tongues for now. But man,
We're gonna cool our tongues.
that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit right there.
Tom Warren done got the gaming den up in a tizzy tonight. There was,
Dude, I
he was
know
ready
it
to
was
throw
Tom. It wasn't
hands,
Tom
like-
Warren.
Yeah, don't let
Jade.
that idiot.
No, it wasn't Tom Warren because his ass will be there. But you know that he's going to be crawling right up that ass. Give him a
Oh, of
whiff.
course he
Jay
will.
Peters. You got Jay Peters on this shit.
God bless, man. And every single person now is running with it too. Good lord.
Oh, it's over, dude. You better just turn off your phone. I'm putting Yotai back on.
Like, listen, Gamatsu,
Yeah, they're gonna-
Push Square, PC Gamer, The Verge, IGN, all people running with it like it's gospel now. Okay, cool. Interesting.
Yeah, everybody. I'm scrolling through Twitter now. It's oh my god, I'm turning this shit off. It's oh my god, it's such a mess.
Phil
People
Spencer's
jump
going
the
to say
gun
something
way
next.
too
Phil Spencer will be
quickly.
like,
Oh my
this is
God.
what I'm talking about. And Phil put his
Shit,
nose
did
in
you
this
see
shit,
what his
too.
dumbass came out
Dude,
and said about the
he was
Steam
the
Deck? Or the Steam
He was the
Machine?
only one, dude. He was the only.
He's the only one. He's the only one, man. I swear,
my
he thinks his
God.
shit don't smell.
No, it's the fucking pick me energy, guys. It's
Yeah.
the
It
literal
is.
pick me
It
energy.
is.
Look at this. I have to be relevant. Look at this shit. I have to be
It
relevant.
weasels
We
his
have
way.
to keep Xbox in the news. We got to keep talking about it. Look at this. Gaming moves forward when players and developers have more ways to play and create, especially across open platforms. Expanding access across PC, console, and handheld devices reflects a future built on choice, core values that we have guided Xbox's vision from the start. As one of the largest publishers on Steam, we welcome new options for players to access games everywhere. Congrats on today's announce. And that was in response to the ecosystem being launched by Steam. Holy crap. Hey guys, y'all are so... That's like going up to your ex and going, Oh, is this your new husband? He's so yoked. I can't. Y'all look great together, man. He's amazing. Oh, what? He's a doctor. He makes how much a year? Yeah, no, that's great. I'm so like bend over just a tad bit more, just a tad, and they might let you sit at the adult table. Like that's when I saw that, I was like, that is the biggest loser mentality I've ever seen. Like that's what it felt like to me. It felt like loser mentality. It felt like pick me. It felt like let us be seen. We're going to take the high ground and be super grateful, super thankful, blah, blah, blah. Extend an olive branch to us. Blah, it was gross. Left a bad taste in my mouth.
Oh yeah, it was like a Me Too type of just like throw me, and yeah, like I said, he was like, what third party publisher? He's like, we're the biggest third party publisher. It's like, well, what about the other ones? They don't have nothing. They're not congratulating them. Like, why are you putting your head out there? And then he really is just trying to like. Yeah, he's just trying to just show like they're all about now the open platform. So that's where he had to weasel his way in there going, see, the open platform is the future. Like having an open platform under the TV, because that's exactly what they're doing. Having an open platform with a storefront front end. That's what they're doing. So like the Steam machine is basically, they're going to do an Xbox version of the Steam machine with Steam on it. And that's basically what their goal is in their plan. So, yeah. So anyway, somebody just said Gorilla announced that thing. I didn't see it.
Yeah, Gorilla announced it. I looked. The thing I showed was a direct trailer from IGN from an hour ago. But
so Gorilla did announce his mobile and PC.
No, they announced the game.
Oh, okay. So they didn't say where it's coming.
I didn't see where it said.
Well, did you see this Ratchet and Clank multiplayer game for phones? I didn't put that on anything.
That I'm okay with.
It is what it is. But like again, like
just going to mobile, like I said, in a little like title like that, whatever. Fuck it, do whatever. I really don't care.
Yeah, it's like most mobile games die anyway, so it's like
it would be nice to play a mobile multiplayer Ratchet and Clank. That would be pretty cool. With my PlayStation controller on my or on my PlayStation Portal. It's just so
do
weird.
You not have a phone, Jez? What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, I got a phone.
Yeah, I got a phone. It's used to make phone calls
also got a PlayStation.
And send text. That's what
exactly.
It's for.
I got a computer. I just write emails on it.
Yeah, no shit. When somebody asks still to this day, man, you got a computer. How many games do you play on it? Not many. Why not?
No, I was like, I do OneNotes all day on the bullshit, and then I'm not going to stay on the same desk and go, now I'm going to game right where I just did my OneNotes and Excel files. I want out.
Oh, man.
But it's just, again, I understand what they're doing and stuff like that. Like that's all right, but you know what? With all this shit, and you see what Steam just did, man, I'm telling you, man, caught PlayStation with their pants down with the Steam machine shit. Yep, exactly. You know, you keep doing it, like really, like Ratchet and Clank on a phone. There's 5 billion games on a phone like that. Like, you're gonna make headway on that thing, like I guess. Like there's so, and that's the thing. Like these places, even PC, and I said this before when Microsoft was putting their games on other platforms. You know, you put your games on PC and mobile. There's a litany of billions and trillions of games. A lot of it's shovelware. But it's a lot of noise, and you gotta kind of like filter out that noise and get your game there and that storefront in somebody else's store on Android, on iOS. That's not your store. You can't put it on the front page news. You gotta hope that Apple will put it on the front page news and Android will hype up your game. You gotta pay for that. You know, you gotta make Steam advertise your game, like because you can't put it on your storefront for free. You gotta get through that noise and promote your game. And you know, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, I don't know. But, you know, let them do what they're going to do. But again, like I said, they fly too close to the sun and take focus off of what they're doing and do some stupid shit like this. Like, you know, and you see Steam making moves. Xbox is trying to consolify their shit. Like, of all, if I was running this thing and I saw this shit going down, the last thing I'll be doing is putting my shit anywhere else. I'll say, that shit's all coming home, man, because all these people making moves, and we got to make sure that our games lead when we make these moves. When we do a handheld, I want Ratchet multiplayer on that shit. When we do an MMO Horizon, I want people on my handheld rolling around this shit. Because I'm going to come out here with a PlayStation handheld and they'll be like, oh, great, because you just put a bunch of mobile games over here and you're trying to sell a mobile device. Like, now the phone and your handheld, like, what do I get? Do I get strap-on for this thing, or do I do this? Like, the Switch makes it easy. Buy this shit to play our games. But when you start crossing that line and making it muddy, now you got to say, well, the diehards will buy it, but what about those people in the middle? The people that you need to carry on after the diehards buy it in the first year. The common folk. Those common folk can be like, well, wait a second. I got this game right here. Why do I need yours? And that's what I mean. Like, the length, the longevity, it's going to put more pressure on them to have to keep reinforcing their platforms if they continue to do this. And seeing what Steam just did today, I would approach with caution. That's all I'm saying. That's how I would run it.
So, speaking of approaching with caution, we're going to put a pin in this because it's been 2 hours now, and I have one more topic that's funny as hell that I want to get to. So, PlayStation has been on the FAFO train for quite a couple times during the PS5 life cycle. One of those, admittedly, has been the Bungie decision, the purchase of $3.6 billion. Yeah, that has been a conundrum that they said we will continue to make improvements. We downwardly revised the business projection for the time being and recorded an impairment loss against a portion of the assets at Bungie. This comes as no surprise. Analysts and industry professionals have been questioning Sony's decision to pay $3.6 billion for a studio that hasn't released anything outside of the Destiny franchise, which has been in doldrum for a while, since 2014. So, we have a couple other highlights that are actually really cool, but this one was some of the Sony financials, and wow, it's official now. No conjecture, no nothing, no opinion. It was a bad purchase, and they are getting kicked in the arse for it. So, with that being said, I will be the first to say I am super happy that we are not seeing a huge live service push like they were touting. I am super happy that Bungie is, like, I'm not happy that they're failing.
Oh, Bungie's cooked, dude.
But I'm happy that they didn't succeed in turning PlayStation into a live service machine, if that makes sense. Because that was the reason why it was touted, why they went after Bungie, was for their expertise in Destiny and live service and making an extended life game and all of that. So I'm excited to see how this goes. I think they might still be able to do some stuff, maybe with Marathon, but I know some folks who played it. Nobody in the Discord, surprisingly, but I know some other people who played it who did leak some information about the last or beta or whatever the hell it was, and they said it was a lot better. They said they really enjoyed it. They said it was a whole lot of fun. They said they had tweaked a lot of stuff, and so yeah. We'll have to see how that turns out, but to say that this was a good purchase, a good acquisition, a good anything, would be downright out lying and glazing. This was terrible from the word go. Do you think Bungie didn't help on Ratchet or Horizon? They're not credited anywhere, so I don't know. They might have. They might not have. It might have been some of those people who were restructured and moved around better than ABK. That's for damn certain. That is one thing I will say. I feel like the risk that Sony took was calculated enough to where it didn't desolate them and make them go full third party right out of the jump. Because they didn't spend $70 billion freaking dollars. They spent 3.6. It's a little different. So, on this, do y'all have anything to add to this, or do you want to get to the good news?
Well, I think Bungie's cooked. That was the worst decision to get them, and hopefully it pays off in the end where they get them to do something else. The marathon, I don't know, man. They keep saying it's coming out in the first fiscal year, so I think they need to get betas out to the public as soon as possible and get the feedback on what they need to fix. Because if they keep this thing close to the chest and kind of roll it out, I think I think they're in trouble. So because that's not on it. I don't know how many people have it on for next year. I completely forgot about it when I was talking about games. But next year, I was like, oh shit, next year, no, chatty supposed to come out. Yeah, I don't know, man. Bungie, and I really, I don't know, man. It's amazing going back and playing the old Halo campaigns and seeing how great they were, and what the hell has happened to them. I don't. The Destiny campaigns were good. I liked the story and stuff. It had the elements. It's just, I don't know. They need to do something different. And now the marathon, I don't think is it. I think they need to get into a good campaign, something new, because it's going to be hard to tell a story with this, and I don't know. And then you just seeing these other games, these extraction shooters like Arc Raiders, Helldivers and stuff, and now you're like, well, what does this offer? They already got roasted for the aesthetics, but they got to put it out it's right in their contract. So we will see. It's going to be tough. It is going to be tough on that, and I don't know if Sony's gonna market the hell out of it. If they're gonna stealth launch it, I have no clue. Are they gonna roll out a beta like they did with Concord? But they need to. Concord. I don't know. I don't know. It was a panic. Yeah, Josh said it was a panic move. I think it was a knee-jerk reaction. I think it was because it was acquisition season, and they got panicky, and they did this whole live service shit because like we always said, the whole pressure of them possibly taking away Call of Duty from PlayStation panicked them, and they're like, well, we need some sort of pivot, and this whole live service pivot. And
we got all these assets and all this cash from the PS4. Let's go ahead and throw it somewhere.
And the thing is I think live service could be good if it's done well and done quality. I never liked how they just kind of said, we got 12 games, and I'm dude, that sounds like quantity.
Hey Jez, give us just a second. Cosmic, are you still here?
Sure. Oh, I think he dropped off. Did he say?
I'm still here. I was trying to.
There he is.
Okay, so I see that it said you have to check out for the night. That's totally good. Let everybody know where they can find you.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm available in the Discord if you guys are in there. My handle on PlayStation is just Cosmic Hero, so if you want to hit me up and play games, I'm totally down for that. You guys want to play Arc Raiders, let me know. I'm totally down for it.
Hell yeah. Also, his link to his X is in the description below. You can find him in the Discord. And if you are looking to play a game like Battlefield or anything really, but right now the current two heavy hitters in the Discord are Arc Raiders and Battlefield 6. If you're looking to play those, we have a Find a Gamer tag in there, or a Find a Gamer chat where you can put in there, hey, at here, looking for people to play Battlefield 6 or Arc Raiders or what have you, and you can kind of get a game going that way. And yeah, good way to grow the community a bit through that. So Cosmic Man, hey, I appreciate you coming on, and yeah, man, anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah, good talking to you.
All right.
Yeah,
see you later. Yep, see you later. Bye.
See you, man. So I am going to get into some good news because up to this point, I have stayed pretty silent on Ghost of Yotai sales. Okay? Also, Yotai, don't really care. So I interchange them because I am who I am. Ghost of Yotai is launch sales across 3.3 million copies sold. That's within the first, I think, 32 days of it being out, I think was the number that I saw. And so that's really freaking good. I will take that all day long. In retrospect, Kingdom Come Deliverance has sold 4 million copies across all platforms since its launch. So it did really, really well. Also, reportedly, it had a budget of under 80 million. I think it was around 60, 65 from what the reports say. So it's made its money back. It's did its thing. It's already a financial success in the sense that it hasn't lost money, and anything else after this point is just on top and gravy. So that's awesome. That's really good. The other thing that came out was the PS5 sales have now crossed 84.2 million units, which is absolutely freaking wild. I remember when we were talking about them hitting 25 million and 30 million and 50 million and 60 and 70, and now we are at 84.2. That does nothing for me. I already have the damn thing sitting in my living room, but I think that that's pretty cool. Also, the other thing is that most of their numbers, financially speaking, on the PlayStation side actually increased, which was pretty cool. Their monthly active users have dropped, and like Josh was saying in the chat, they attributed a lot of that to, well, Bungie. Because the Destiny active monthly users have dropped. And so, at least that's what I'm guessing the correlation is there. And so, overall, PlayStation seems to be in really good health. No, MAU is up. I am so sorry. What did I misspeak on? MAU is up. Hang on. Where is it? Well, I can't find it now. Screw it. You had said something. Sony said the MAU are lower than expected due to budget. Okay, so they haven't fallen. Here's what I'm looking at, so I don't have the actual breakdown in front of me. I'm looking at a quick snippet of what was announced. And so, in looking at this, they've done, and it does say they've increased to 119 million accounts. Got it. It says network services are up. Growth is up. They've actually increased their projection in growth for next year, which is kind of cool. That's not something I would have expected this late into the life cycle, but that's pretty neat. I'm a fan of that. And so, anyways, Jez, I know that you're not the financial guru of the bunch.
What are you saying?
But is there anything from the financials, or have you even had a chance to look at them?
I looked at just a few. Again, I saw what the Yote sales were, and kind of what their numbers were, and yeah, they're at 84 billion. See, I can't. You're right. I'm not
billion consoles.
Billion. Nah, they're 84 billion consoles. They're 84 million consoles. Told Yote. I think Yote did for the short amount of time, 31 days, doing 3 million. A sequel too with a different character. I know that was a big put, angry. People got angry about that and stuff like that. Different character, but. Yeah,
that anger worked out.
It's a fantastic because the gameplay does the talking like that. The boycotts and shit are horse shit. It's the game does the talking. The game looked incredible. The gameplay was great. They took everything to the next level. Really, great games do stuff. Don't listen to Phil. Phil says great games don't do shit. No, great games do stuff. And how you market and present your games, and they know what they did, and it reflects on that, and the community buys it and people buy it, and that's what it does. So we'll see how long they keep going with it. If they start talking about PC ports, but I doubt it, because I think it's still selling. They keep it through the holiday. I think it has a lot of legs to it, and then we also have the multiplayer that's going to come out for it too.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Year. That's going to be incredible. I can't wait. Imagine running through this. Dude, imagine running through this world with multiple people with oh my god, the way the world's gonna look, and shadows. Oh my god, whatever. It's not shadows. What do they call it? The ghost. What is it? The shadow ghost. What do they call the DLC?
Legends.
Legends. That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was it's called Legends.
Yeah. Shadows is friggin' AC. That's what it is. The Assassin's Creed.
So listen. There's a certain spot in the game that made me the most excited for the Legends mode. The absolute most excited for the Legends mode. And I can't say anything about it. But if you want to know what I'm talking about, we are going to be doing a spoiler cast on the channel. I have 5 people, including myself, already interested. They are people who have beaten the game. They are people who have strong opinions about the game. and we are going to do a spoiler cast to talk about Ghost of Yotai in kind of its entirety. We've done several of these on the channel at this point. I think this will be number 4 or 5. And they're always a blast. They're always a good time. We talk about the nuances of the story. We talk about the way the characters were done. We talk about side quest missions, favorite characters, just all the things. And it's unabashed. It's unfiltered. It's nobody is worried about spoiling anything because, hey, guess what? I make sure to put spoiler cast in big, bold letters on the thumbnail. I also give a warning at the beginning. So if you still get it spoiled, that's on you. I'm excited about that, though, because this game, I'm telling you, from the not the first moment, it felt very much comfortable. It felt very comfortable the first little bit that I played. Once I got to the point where you finish the first little section and you're about to go up and fight the Oni, or go into the Oni's area, that moment right there, I remember messaging Josh, and I was like, holy freaking crap. And it was crazy, because I was actually, I didn't message Josh. I was on stream. I was streaming the game when I got to that point, and Ace in the chat had already made it there, and he was like, I was wondering if you were going to get to that point, if you were going to see it. And it literally changed everything for me about the game. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting that twist. I wasn't expecting any of it. And at that point, I was locked in like nobody's business. And and yes, like Josh said, I actually got the platinum. This is my 4th platinum ever. And so it was good enough for me to spend 86 hours in this world, traversing from end to end on the map several times to get the platinum, to find every damn shrine, every fox den, even the damn one that's hidden, that's in the 3rd region midway up on the river. It's hidden. Go there. You'll find it. Like, but the game doesn't tell you. You just got to go. And, like, I used Google. I was like, this is my last trophy. I got to use Google. And so I used Google, and I got it. And then, second to last. And then, oh my God, the way everything worked. I am so, with these sales numbers out, it's so nice because we get something definitive. We know that it was a success. Everybody gets to shut up about the sales numbers. And now we get to move on. And move on to another topic. And speaking of topics and moving on, that's the last one for the night, guys. That's it. That is the last one for the night.
We got through them all?
We got through them all. Okay, so Wara, I actually used the guitar for the shrines, the collectibles, the whatever the first 4 were. And as far as the last Fox Den that I'm mentioning, you can't use the shamisen for it. It doesn't work. It will not. It'll say all the Fox Dens in Ezo have been found. Also, there's a shrine that unlocks at the end of the game that you don't know is unlocked because the game doesn't tell you, because your shamisen says that all things have been unlocked in Ezo. And that's just not the fucking case. So there's a few things that are like not just self-guided, or game guided. And so, no. Anyways, shamisen. I said that. I said shamisen. And still didn't realize? Wow, over 80 hours and still... no, I did use the guitar. Anyways, we are going to get out of here. Jez, let the folks know where they can find you.
All right, find me over at the Gaming Grindhouse on YouTube and Jez7780 on X. And I just did a show earlier today talking about the Steam machine and its impact on PlayStation and Xbox. And I'm probably going to be doing one... We'll see in the next couple of days about this thing. We'll wait for this thing to pan out. But, yeah, this sounds a little strange that they announced these 2 things now. But, again, This place is a crazy time, and like I told you how, but hey, it is what it is. And Corey's right. That Xbox flashbacks, I get those. They come and go. those Xbox flashbacks. But no, thank you again.
Win?
Hit that like button for Thrifty. It's like, yeah, I do the Rambo. It's like, yo, you're not in the war, Rambo. It's like, no, Xbox did the same thing, man. They started doing games on PC, and they didn't give a shit about the console, and people were like, what's going on? Yo.
The war is over.
Sony,
not in here, it's not.
Sony, I'm telling you, man. Content and games, you gotta keep it close to home, because that's the first thing people say is what differentiates. Like, why should I get this over this? What can I play on this and do this? And the thing is like, you know, a PC is like a very open market. You got Epic stores, you got biggest sales. There's a lot there. So like, the games and the content and quality and features that you build, it's more important. And like I said, this puts a lot of pressure on Microsoft for what they can't deliver on. So it's going to be interesting to see now that we found who our new console competitor is going to be. You know, we thought Apple, Amazon, they were going to come in. Apple was making one. Nah,
Jez
Steam
is over here
goes back
ringing
with
the
Steam
bell,
Machine.
putting gloves on. He's like, we got it.
Telling you, grinders, get ready. Thrifty grinders. Like,
Herman Holst is
go.
stepping onto the yacht going, I'm coming for you, Steam Machine. I got you.
That's right.
Right here. I'm getting my short
no, like,
button.
I'm not saying he has to. You don't have to get off the yacht. He just has to look at this. See you. I see you, Steam Machine, but I'm gonna keep it away. I'll keep an eye on you. Just keep an eye on him.
Oh shit! Really, Josh? No. Jez,
Oh yeah, that just happened too.
Don't go to sleep just yet.
Animated show. Death Stranding coming to Disney Plus. An animated show for the kids.
For the children.
I'm gonna watch that with family. Death Stranding one. But yeah, no, like over there, hit that like button. Yeah, thank you, Thrift, for getting me on. Wow, who knew about that Steam Deck when we said we was gonna come onto the show? Like nobody knew about the Steam machine.
That got added. I had no idea.
What just got added?
I was saying that got added. Yeah, I had no idea about the Steam machine, man. That was
right.
That was crazy. That was not on my bingo card for the day. So, man, Jez, I do appreciate you coming on. When I sent you the dates for the show spots that I had open still, I was not expecting you to choose this week because you just got back from a cruise, man. So I appreciate it, man.
I'm hanging in there.
You're barely, I can tell. But guys, it's been a great night. It's been a great show. We had amazing guests, great conversations, gaming industry stuff, video game stuff, playing games, talking about what we've been playing, what we're excited to touch, the games that we're excited to jump into, and that's what it's all about, guys. Join the Discord, hit the like, subscribe if you haven't already. There's a permalink to the Discord in the description below. Also, if you watch these videos afterwards, please swing back through and hit a comment on there. Super helpful. You have no idea how much that helps track the engagement and all that. We are trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. Also, I will be putting up a poll for y'all to be able to decide what y'all get to watch me play. I will have 4 games on there, and we will do that stream either Friday night or Saturday night. So, with all of that being said, guys, we are out of here. Thank y'all so much, and the gaming den is now turning the lights off. Go home, guys. Actually, you ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here.